back to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, and the quarterfinals are locked in, ladies and gentlemen. What was 20 teams has become 8. It will become 4 after this weekend. Marseille, Paris, or Saint-Denis, those are the venues for this weekend. The Velodrome and Stade de France, the venues for the quarterfinal clashes as we reduce 8 to 4 to 2 to 1 world champion, which will be crowned in just over 3 weeks. And we are in Paris for the build-up for 2 of the quarterfinals, the 2 big quarterfinals really. The top 4 teams in the world all playing against each other in the quarterfinals. We will see 2 of the top 4 sides drop out of the competition. We will see 2 of the following dropping out in this weekend. The number 1 team in the world, the current world championship, the hosts, and New Zealand, who are the most successful team of all time. 2 of those teams will drop out this weekend. 2 of those teams will not progress to the semi-finals. It has been a very big sort of point of controversy, really, the fact that the draw being made a couple of years ago has potentially sort of created the situation where the quarterfinals are almost going to be bigger matches than the semi-finals. But there are also teams on the other side of the draw that are looking to try and make things happen, in the likes of Argentina, England, Wales, and Fiji. So if we look at the quarterfinals, in terms of Pool A, Pool B, it will be the host, France, taking on the current world champions in the Springboks. It will be New Zealand taking on the world number 1, Ireland, who have very much had the better of New Zealand over the past few years. Bowden Barron speaking about the fact that there's a little bit of revenge on the cards for that series defeat in New Zealand. However, a lot of Irish fans saying there's plenty of revenge on the cards with regards to that quarterfinal exit back in 2019. On the other side of the draw, Fiji taking on England, a not particularly good England side going into the tournament, but they've gotten themselves into a quarterfinal. They've topped their group. Anything can happen. It was very interesting where the head coach of Fiji mentioned that they're a very good tournament team, which I think is a very good way of describing England. You know, it doesn't matter what sort of form they're in, they get to World Cups and they're often very competitive. Similarly, you know, with the likes of Wales, Warren Gatland's gotten them operating. They've faced a very interesting team in the likes of Argentina, who haven't really been at their best throughout the group stages, but we've seen that this Argentina team can pitch up and compete with the best in the world. So if they bring their A game this weekend, they can definitely see them in a semi-final. So it's very interesting in that I don't think there's any semi or any quarterfinal where the result is a gimme. You know, I don't think there are any clear favourites in any of the semi-finals. So I suppose in that regard it's quite nice, but it will lead for maybe a little bit of less sort of strength, under-strength, maybe semi-finals in the likes of an Ireland playing on, for example, you know, an Argentina likes, you know. So yeah, this is going to be the interesting weekend, really. It is the weekend that a lot of people talked about the fact that the World Cup will be determined based on the quarterfinals, because the way the seedings are working, top 4 teams all against each other, the bottom sort of 4 teams within that top 10 all against each other. So in terms of every individual quarterfinal, I think they're going to be really entertaining. I think the teams are very evenly matched. Yeah, it's going to be interesting though. I want to know what your guys' predictions are. Who do you think's going through here? Give me your predictions for the semi-finals. Let me know who's coming on top. Is Ireland going to get to that semi-final? Will South Africa dump the hosts out, or will the hosts send the current world champs packing? Lots to find out this weekend. Hello everybody, Stevie P here from Forever Sports, and I'm here to tell you about BOYLESPORTS, the official betting partner of Forever Sports. Across all of our channels, they are one of the leading betting companies in the world and have recently launched in South Africa with an amazing offering. You can get a 1,000 Rand welcome offer. For the rugby, they are giving you 25% payout boost up to 2,000 Rand on the Springboks winning the World Cup, as well as an extra 50 Rand bet when you stake 250 more on rugby during the Rugby World Cup. It is your one-stop betting shop. That is BOYLESPORTS. Come and join us in the community. Check the links in the description to sign up, get yourself an account, and make sure that you are winning big with BOYLESPORTS. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. We are ready to start. We have, for Wales, Warren Gatland and Dewi Lake. We will save the Welsh questions towards the end, and if you could raise your hands clearly, we will get started. At the front, please.
Dewi's been drug tested at the moment, so if he has to go halfway through this press conference, I hope you understand if he feels the need to wee. So.
Warren, 19 points out of 20. You made it top of the pool. Are you where you wanted to be? And now, what are you expecting from tomorrow's game? Or who are you expecting to come out of tomorrow's game?
Oh, I think tomorrow's game is going to be a close game. You know, either Argentina or Japan. Both have different styles. It was a tough game for us today. I mean, Georgia were a really difficult team to beat, and you know, two of the games they were up at half time, and you know, they keep hanging in there. They keep fighting. Got a great spirit as a group, and but even though we weren't at our best, I think we got the job done, and that's a pleasing thing for us to be able to focus on next week.
Anyone particularly want to meet next week?
No, just look, we'll watch that game tomorrow. It's an early kickoff, so we go back to Paris this evening. Boys got a day off tomorrow in recovery, and then we're down to Marseille on the train on Monday afternoon.
Thank you. On the left.
Luca Giorgio, Georgian public broadcaster. Question to the coach. You said that Georgia is a really tough team to beat. About 4 years ago, our main weapon would mainly be scrum and maul. Today, our backline players scored pretty nice tries. So how would you assess Georgian rugby development?
Oh, it's definitely developed since the World Cup in 2019. I mean, they're physical. They run hard. There's a few players. I thought the 10 today caused us a few problems with his footwork and stuff. And obviously a nice try they've scored down the short side, exposed us as well. And they kept trying, and that's what I think as coaches all you can ask for as a team to give everything. Which there's no doubt the Georgian team did that today, and they never gave up. And I think there'll be, hopefully for them, a lot of learnings from today's experience and for them to get better. Probably what was good for us in the first half was our line-out defence. We got up there and stole a few of their line-outs and stuff that probably didn't help them with their momentum in terms of trying to put us under some pressure. But I thought their kicking game was good. They were good in the air and defended really well.
Thank you. At the back.
Warren, the injuries to Faletau and Ansken, how concerning are they and what are they?
Toby's broken his arm, so he'll be out, and we're just going to sort of assess Gareth over the next 72 hours, really. So he's pulled his groin very high up, but talking to the medic said he's got a bit of power still in his leg, which is a positive, means that it's not fully come off the bone. So we'll probably know in the next 48, 72 hours in terms of what we need to do with him, whether we've got time for him to recover or whether we need to make a replacement. Obviously, we've got to look at a replacement for Faletau, whether that's directly as a loose forward replacement or whether we look at another position. We've got a few sore players, particularly in the backs after today's game. If you do see Liam Williams on crutches, it's not that he's done anything significantly bad. He got a whack on the knee, and the medics have just said, just from a comfort perspective, just putting on some crutches will just take a little bit of him having to walk around and stuff. So he's got a knock, and probably won't take a huge part in training nearly part of next week, but hopefully he'll be fit for the quarterfinal.
How big a blow is Faletau?
Yeah, look, it was tough for him because he'd pulled his calf and didn't take a huge amount of in terms of involvement in the camps and the pre-season work, but and that's why we continue to play him, because we know he gets better game by game, and we felt that he was starting to come back to his best, and he was excellent last week in terms of his footwork and carrying and stuff, and taking kickoffs and giving us some go forward as well. So it's a big loss for us. So we'll just have to make a decision on terms of how we sort of look at the balance of the the back row going forward, in particular for next week.
Thank you. On the left.
Hi, Warren. You said you wanted Lewis Rees-Zammit to have more of the ball, and obviously that kind of saved Wales in the second half today. And secondly, you know, of all the players you've coached, is he the one you'd want most with a chip and chase 50 yards out?
Yeah, I'd like to see him with a little bit more ball in hand and having a bit of a crack. But you know, you see the pace he's got, and he's very skillful for that kick and chase, and the ball's in front of him, and he's still a player with a huge amount of potential in terms of the amount of growth he's got going forward. You know, still young. We think he can get better and better as a player. The pleasing thing from our point is that you know, I do have a bit of a joke with him every day that I think he's almost 6 weeks now without missing a training session. He's been training every day. That probably was his downfall in the past, that he'd get a bit of a tight back or a sore hamstring or a sore calf and miss a training session. I don't know whether that was because he wasn't fit enough, or but yeah, we just think we get the best out of him by him playing regularly, and the fact that he's been training every day. I think we're starting to see the real benefits of that, and you know, like I said, he's still got a huge amount of uplift in where he can go as an international player, which is really exciting for us.
Thank you.
In terms of potential replacements for Toby, is Aaron Wainwright someone who you may move across, or who might be the options to potentially call up?
Look, it's we've had a little discussion about that. We know Tommy Rafael was excellent today. We know we've got 2 outstanding sevens. Do you look at that as an option, but then that takes away from somebody else, and maybe your line-out options aren't quite as strong. It may depend on who the quarterfinal opponent is, what we potentially decide to do. But probably be Aaron moving to number 8, and then seeing what the makeup of the back row is going to be.
Thank you. On the left.
You mentioned before this tournament that you would shock some people. I think getting as many points as you have done so far, you've probably done that to quite a few. You mentioned you don't feel like you've perhaps had the credit you deserve so far in this tournament. So how satisfying is it to be sat here as pool winners going into the quarterfinals?
Yeah, I mean, we won a pool in 2019, so to repeat that is from where we were, I think there's a lot of credit to the players and the work that they've put in, and the coaches and all the support staff. When I look back, and I think we can be pretty proud as a nation of what we've done in the last 4 World Cups. We won 14 of those 16 games in our pool, and the very first one was against South Africa. We lost 16-15, and still dispute whether James Hook's kick went over. And then we've lost in a tight contest against Australia in 2-15, when we probably should have put that game away when they were down to 13 men. So I think as a group of players and everyone, we've got to be proud of what we've achieved. And a big part of that is that I've continually stressed about when we've been together as a group and we've had the time together, the preparation, we've done the hard work, we've done the conditioning. We've definitely built a lot of confidence from that as a team, and that's helped us in preparation for World Cups. And so we knew last week that we were already in the quarterfinals. That probably made today a little bit of a challenge, because even though we've had good preparation and training, there probably wasn't quite the edge that we had against, say, Fiji and against Australia, but the boys were good enough to get the job done, and that's sometimes when you see real progress in teams. And so we can go away and we can be happy about today, knowing that it was a little bit ugly at times and we were under a bit of pressure, but we were good enough to get the job done, and we can start focusing on the quarterfinal.
Thank you.
To the captain, I'm a Japanese media. Which do you like to play against Japan or Argentina? And please tell us your impression of Japan.
Yeah, look, I think as Gas alluded to earlier, we'll watch the game tomorrow, but you know, there's no team we'd rather play against or wouldn't rather play against. I think both teams are playing some great rugby in this tournament. I think since Japan shocked the world, beating South Africa a couple of World Cups ago, they've just developed and developed as a rugby country, and you know, they're playing some great rugby at the minute. You know, they're very proud to play for their country, and you can see that, and it's evident in the rugby that they play. You know, that never say die attitude. But I think there's no preferred team for us to play. You know, whoever it is that we play against, we'll prepare well for that game, and yeah, go from there.
Thank you at the back.
Hi Warren, I was just clarifying something you said earlier with the injuries. Were you suggesting that if Gareth Anscombe is only sort of might be fit in a week or two, that you would consider bringing a 10 cover in for Talupe? Is that the thinking you were suggesting?
No, I was thinking about other backs. We've got 2 other 10s that are here. We did contemplate during today to bring Gareth Davies on and put Thomas Williams to 10. He has trained there at 10 for us on a couple of occasions, so that was one of the things. We had Dan Bigger on the bench as a precautionary backup if we needed to bring him on. We didn't have to do that as the game progressed, so it won't be probably at this stage bringing another 10 out unless he's completely ruled out. And then again, you know, it's trying to find what's the best fit in terms of players that are carrying little knocks and injuries, whether someone does fit in as a replacement. So you know, we're not thinking about another 10 at this stage.
This was the dilemma you suffered in 2019 when just players get injured. It's a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think I spoke before the game about we pretty much had a full bill of health in terms of going into next week having the whole 33 that we hoped after today we're going to be fully fit, and then we lose Gareth during the warm-up, and you know, unfortunately we lost Faletau as well, which is, you know, disappointing, but we're probably in a better position than we have been in the past sometimes, and you know, that's a key for us, trying to keep our players as fit as we can and not pick up too many injuries. But it's the same for every team. We've seen injuries being picked up in a lot of teams. Georgia have had their injury issues as well, and in terms of players going back. So yeah, just hope, fingers crossed we don't pick up too many more.
Thank you.
Quentin Put, Midi Olympique. A question for Dewey, maybe. There was this little fight. Twice you wanted for you tried the points and not going for a try. How important was it to win this game? We sense you very tense. It was very tense, wasn't it?
No, I don't think you know, there's anything tense. I think it's just, you know, part and parcel of the game. You know, both teams are giving their all, putting their bodies on the line for their country. But yeah, I think, you know, to get the win, the 5 points is big for us in terms of going 4 from 4 in the group stages. And you know, we spoke about building momentum and getting better and better as games gone on. And you know, to pick the win up and keep our form and our momentum building into this quarterfinal is exactly what we wanted to do. For next week, yeah, to win today's game and keep that momentum building into next week's game is big for us, yeah.
Thank you. Last question, then we'll go to the Welsh questions.
Hi, Dewey. Is Luis still surprising you?
Who, sorry?
Luis Rees-Zammit.
Yeah, I think, you know, sometimes you look at him and it doesn't look like he's putting any effort in running. I think when I try to run that quick, it probably doesn't look as smooth or silky. But yeah, you know, the effort he puts in defensively, the growth that he's had on that side of things. You know, he's always been a very dangerous attacking player. You know, we've seen that through a number of years. But I think, you know, the way he gets on the end of kicks and, you know, his effort-based work in terms of chasing kicks and you know, wanting to be the first player to the ball has been huge for us, and it paid dividends for us today with his hat-trick, and I think he impressed a lot of people today.
Thank you, and at the back for the Welsh questions.
Yn y cefn fan hyn, ni newydd glywed y newyddion gan Warren ynglyn ag anafiadau. Shwd ych chi'n prosesu y ffaith na fydd Talupe Faletau ar gael, gymaint yw i bresenoldeb a ystyried falle fi chi heb Gareth Anscombe yn ogystal?
Ie, wrth gwrs, mae'n anodd. Mae Gareth di batlo'n fawr da anafiadau hefyd. I fod nôl am y cwpan y byd yma, mae wedi gweithio'n mor galed. So, obviously, ni ddim yn ymwybodol o pa mor gweld mae hynny. Ond, gyda colli a Faletau, mae'n gwael i ni fel 33. Ond ni'n tîm sy'n gyda depth dda nawr yn llawer o positions gwahanol. So, rwy'n siŵr bydd rhywun yn gallu sorto mewn a wneud y job yna.
Ac yn ail a'n ola, nawr bod chi wedi ennill y grŵp, chi wedi chwarae 4, ennill 4, 19 pwynt mas o 20. Beth yw dy asesiad i o safbwynt y 4 gêm, ac o edrych mlaen nawr i Marseille, bod chi ddim yn gwybod pwy chi'n mynd i ware yn y rownd yr 8 ola?
Ie, yn credu, mae dal llefydd ni'n gallu gwella ar ôl heddi. Roedd 20 munud yn y canol na bach yn drop-off lle roedd Georgia wedi dod nôl o ni. Ni'n ymwybodol sut fath o tîm yw Georgia. Maen nhw ddim yn mynd i roi lan. Maen nhw wastad mynd i fod yna a ceisio dod at chi yn credu y 20 munud yn y canol na. Bach o drop-off o egni o ni a y gêm di arafu lawr bach. Ond fel ni di siarad am yw adeiladu momentum a cadw mlaen i chwarae'r gêm ni moyn chwarae a dyle hynny dod mewn wythnos nesaf wedyn.
Diolch ti.
Diolch.
Fantastic. That's a wrap. Thank you very much, everybody. The mix zone is now open.
Hello and welcome to Forever Sports. My name is Reese. I'll be talking to you a little bit today about one of our channel partners, BITDEFENDER. BITDEFENDER is a global leader in cyber security. BITDEFENDER is committed to defending people all around the globe against cyber attacks, as well as to transform people's digital experiences. In the next 6 months, Forever Sports will be covering major tournaments such as the Rugby Championship, the Premier League, the remainder of the Formula 1 season, as well as embarking on the biggest Rugby World Cup YouTube campaign ever. To ensure that these are all a success, it is imperative that the Forever Sports channels and platforms remain uncompromised. And with BITDEFENDER, we can be assured that our cybersecurity needs are being taken care of. To read more on BITDEFENDER, please be sure to check the links in the description of our video. Once again, thank you very much to our partner, BITDEFENDER, for joining the channel. I've been Reese here on Forever Sports. Thank you very much.
Hello everybody, Stevie P here from Forever Sports, and I'm here to tell you about BOYLESPORTS, the official betting partner of Forever Sports. Across all of our channels, they are one of the leading betting companies in the world and have recently launched in South Africa with an amazing offering. You can get a 1,000 Rand welcome offer. For the rugby, they are giving you 25% payout boost up to 2,000 Rand on the Springboks winning the World Cup, as well as an extra 50 Rand bet when you stake 250 more on rugby during the Rugby World Cup. It is your one-stop betting shop. That is BOYLESPORTS. Come and join us in the community. Check the links in the description to sign up, get yourself an account, and make sure that you are winning big with BOYLESPORTS.
One of the changes was Fako, who is coming in, and Thomas as well. What does Thomas bring? Why did you choose him while he was not on the 23 list last week? Well, I think that the decision is due to the fact that the players are in competition. It's pretty tough to choose from the 23 and to choose the 23, but we like that. We like it to be difficult. It's better to have extra choice than not having choice. Thomas is a well-experienced player. He can bring this to us on the pitch. It's the very same for every players. Every player who is going to play will bring us experience. We are considering them as the best for this match, and they're all understanding the situation. Facundo, Matteo, hello. Fantastic lineup. When you were playing against Chile, you really wanted to play. And Matteo, how are you going to face this Welsh team from the back, and Facundo from the forward aspect as well? I'm really happy to be here in the lineup, and it's a fantastic game we're going to play, and I'm really eager to play it. And regarding the Welsh team, we have a plan. We have all the players to win that game, to win that match, and the 15, the 23, and the 33 players. We are fully confident in our system, and I think we'll manage it. We'll manage to win. Question to Matteo. After your match against Japan, you said that you didn't see Rhys Zamit in Wales, who played the hat-trick, just like you. And I suppose that you've seen some matches. What can you tell us? Yes, he's a great player. I played against him in Premiership in England, but it's not a one-to-one challenge. It's their attacks against our defense and our attack against their defense, and I'm fully confident there shouldn't be any problem in that. What can you tell us about Wales? Is the fact that Gazanscombe is not on the list on the pitch, that's a problem? Well, the Welsh team is a fantastic team. I perfectly know the coach. and some of players. I perfectly know the quality of this team. They are going to take the best from every single of their players on the pitch, and they will also have to take some decisions. As far as I know, Garrett has been injured. I don't know if he's 100% and fully ready to play. Obviously, he's a brilliant player, but the others, Dan Bigger and Costello, are great players as well. I knew them in England, and they are really interesting and fantastic players. That's right. I answered that in Spanish. My opponent is dangerous and brilliant player. But as I said it in Spanish, we are 15. We'll be defending 15, and we are going to defend against the system. Felipe will know how Wales plays with many high balls, aerial balls, especially for Dan Bigger. Is there something specific this week that you prepared to stop this tactic? Yes, that's right. These are strategies. The kicking game from Wales is part of the danger they are representing. They have good face training, and our plan is not how to stop them, is how to make them not to it's to provide them from stopping us. So we are going to take we're going to be really careful. Obviously, we know how they are going to play or how they want to play. It's clear to us. They can impose their strategy on them, but if we can impose our strategy on them, and I perfectly know that our strategy is good, I think we'll take the advantage. And if they are going to impose their own strategy, that will be difficult for us. A question for all of you, for Matteo, to Matteo first. After the hat-trick, does this help to gain confidence, and for you, Facundo, to be at a quarterfinal again? How do you feel about that? Yeah, so really happy for the three tries, but to bring the maximum to the team every single time I'm wearing this jersey, I want to give my best for the team. The fact I have scored 3 tries, that's just a detail. Obviously, really happy. So far, so good. Until now, I was a finisher, a substitute. Now I'll be starting on the pitch, so I'm pretty happy about that, to be able to start the match. That I'm sure I will be able to even help the team in a better way. Going to impose our strategy. to Facundo analysis of the three players and the Welsh third row. What do they miss without Faletau? Faletau, I know him very well. They lost an important player. Ball carrier. He's a very good ball carrier. He's really good to go through the lines. He's a good tackler. But, well, that's it. We are analyzing him. Question to Felipe. Wales has a similar strategy similar as England, more or less. Is the strategy from Argentina slightly different from what happened during the first match, or are you going to propose something different? I would ask, what was the first match strategy? Obviously, that would not be the same. What happened to us? I don't want to come back to that first match. We're losing time in that, but anyway, I'm going to ask to answer that. We could not impose our strategy that day. I hope we will not be playing like this first match. I'm fully convinced that the strategy we're going to implement is, that's why I'm always talking about strategy. There's not a good or bad way to play rugby, but there are, if we can impose our strategies to the opponents, it's our idea that it can be better. We don't want to stop Wales. We want to impose our style and our strategy. Anyway, to be able to build on this strategy, we do not think about the match against England. That was almost 1 month ago. We could not implement our strategy at that time. That's what happened. Last question. Hello. By analyzing this match or the game, how is the group feeling? How do they feel since last Saturday? The group is doing really, really good. Obviously, it's obvious. I mean, being in a quarterfinal, one cannot be or feel bad. That gives us a plus at the mental level. But it's even more important is that we perfectly know what we want to do and how to implement it. The mental aspect is always important in every sport. We always worked hard on that, and we hope that tomorrow we'll have the best version of ourselves, individually and collectively. We are ready on that, and I'm fully convinced that we'll manage to do so. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to Forever Sports. My name is Reese. I'll be talking to you a little bit today about one of our channel partners, BITDEFENDER. BITDEFENDER is a global leader in cyber security. BITDEFENDER is committed to defending people all around the globe against cyber attacks, as well as to transform people's digital experiences. In the next 6 months, Forever Sports will be covering major tournaments such as the Rugby Championship, the Premier League, the remainder of the Formula 1 season, as well as embarking on the biggest Rugby World Cup YouTube campaign ever. To ensure that these are all a success, it is imperative that the Forever Sports channels and platforms remain uncompromised. And with BITDEFENDER, we can be assured that our cybersecurity needs are being taken care of. To read more on BITDEFENDER, please be sure to check the links in the description of our video. Once again, thank you very much to our partner, BITDEFENDER, for joining the channel. I've been Reese here on Forever Sports. Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's preview, Wales versus Argentina. Weirdly, I think this could be actually the quarterfinal of the weekend in terms of I'm very, very interested to see where this goes. Obviously, the two big ones are, New Zealand versus Ireland, South Africa versus France, and you expect the level of rugby to be at its very best in those two quarters. But I think we've got two very interesting sides in this quarterfinal, and sides who I think will present the biggest challenge in the semifinals outside the top four. And I think we're talking about two dark horses, one that hasn't really pitched up this tournament and one that really has pitched up this tournament. And very interested to see how they go this weekend because one of these two teams will be in a semi-final where I don't think anybody really expected them to be, which is very interesting in itself. So before we sort of talk about exactly the teams that have been named, I got the Welsh one on the screen there. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. So before I actually go through that, let's talk about the two teams. Wales undefeated, hammered Australia, got past Fiji, not the best rugby, but Fiji then went on to beat Australia, lose to Portugal. So some people are sort of saying that for that reason, you shouldn't be really taking Wales too seriously and shouldn't be that excited about them. But I am excited about this Wales side because I think that Warren Gatland's a very good tactician. I think he's a coach that can get the best out of players in a short space of time. And he knows how to win tournaments. He's won Six Nations, for example. He almost won the British and Irish Lions series. And I think that he's got a very good Welsh side at his disposal. Argentina have been a little bit disappointing for me in this World Cup and yet find themselves in the quarterfinal. And they've been quite open and honest about the fact that they haven't really hit their straps, that they haven't been at the level they would like to be so far this tournament. So I'm very interested to see how they're going to go this weekend. Big injury news, obviously, no problem. Mateo is going to be a big blow for them. But some very good players on the Argentinian side. And Michael Check will know that they'll need to raise their game to beat this Welsh side. So let's start with look at the teams. We'll start with Argentina, shall we? And in the front row, it is Thomas Gajol, Gil Montoya, and Francisco Gomez Cordela. Good front row, very good front row. Big fan of Gajol, a big fan of Montoya. Phenomenal player, absolutely brilliant. Heart and sleep type captain, really inspirational leader, but also a brilliant player, which it deserves to be mentioned because I think sometimes we talk about captains and we talk about their leadership abilities. We don't often give them the praise they deserve from a playing perspective. I think Siya Kolisi is a player like that. We talk about how phenomenal of a leader he is, but I don't think enough is talked about the rugby player himself. In the second row, though, it is Guido Petty and Thomas Lavanini. So Matis Alamano will be coming off the bench. And in the back row, Jean-Martin Gonzalez goes down to this number 6 jersey. He will replace Pablo Matera there. He shifts from the 8 to the 6 to make way for Facundo Aiza, whilst Marcus Kremer is in the number 7 jersey. He's a player, whenever Argentina play well, he's usually in the thick of things. Thomas Kubeli gets a start next to Thomas Santiago Carreras, and then it was the two wings last weekend I was most impressed with. Mateo Carreras was absolutely outstanding against Japan. They'll need him to have a similar game this weekend. Emiliano Buffelli is absolutely world class. In the centres, you've got Santiago Chukwubaras next to Lucio Cinti. Big fan of both those players. Lucio Cinti, I think, is going to be a great player for many years to come. And that fullback, Jean-Cruz Malia, nice player, good attacking threat. Off the bench, it is Augustin Creevy with all that experience. Joel Slavi, Eduardo Bello, Matias Delamano, Rodrigo Bruni, Lituno Mazan Velez, and Nicolas Sanchez and Matthias Moroni. Very cool to see Nicolas Sanchez really rolling back the years we've been coming on and say at his best because prime Nicolas Sanchez was unmatched almost in terms of Argentinian players. But looking so composed when he comes on, bringing that experience. He's been there, he's done that. He's been there for some massive moments in Argentina jersey, and this would be another one that he'll really like to step up for when he comes on later in the game. In terms of his Welsh side, well, it is Captain Fantastic Jack Morgan who will lead them out there. I keep saying I think he's got British and Irish Lions captain written all over him, if you ask me. In the front row, though, it is Gareth Thomas, Ryan Elias, and Thomas Francis, who are put down with Will Rowlands and Adam Beard behind them. Big Will Rowlands fan. I think he's absolutely world class. Adam Beard, very solid player, doesn't do a lot wrong. Very good for his more defense, for example. Very good technical player. I think that's probably the best way to describe him. Understands the game, reads the game very well. Then in the back row, Jack Morgan, Tommy Reffel, and Aaron Wainwright. Big Wainwright fan, and I think Jack Morgan is just absolutely world class. Gareth Davies will partner Dan Bigger, who returns to the lineup after the shoulder injury against Wales. He is back fit and firing. Josh Adams, Louis Rees Zammit, the two wings. In the centres, you've got Nick Tompkins next to the ever-present George North. What a player he is. And then Liam Williams at full back. Off the bench, it'll be Dewey Lake, Corey Donachowski, and Dylan Lewis in the front row. Then you've got Daff Jenkins, Christ Trunza, Thomas Williams, Simon Costello, and Rio Dyer. Take away, a Dylan Lewis, a Thomas Williams, for example. Not a lot of experience on this Welsh bench, very much the next generation, but some exciting players. Big fan of Sam Costello, big fan of Christ Trunza. I think those two are going to be Welsh mainstays for years and years to come. Difficult one to call. I think Wales have got this, though, to be honest. I'll tell you what, I think if this Welsh side gets to a semi-final, I think they've got it in them to make life a bit difficult for whoever they play. Maybe that's being generous, given the fact that they haven't maybe played the best opposition so far in the tournament, but I've been very impressed with what I've seen from them, and I genuinely think that they could step up and make themselves be heard a little bit. They've got the players. That's the thing, and that's what I said in the beginning of the tournament. I said they've got, on paper, I really like the look of this team. It's just where they can sort of bring it together quickly in a World Cup situation, which they looks to have been able to do. For Argentina, they pitch up and play to their ability. They beat this Wales side. That's the interesting thing. I think, this Argentina side, from what we've seen in the last couple of years, they've beaten the All Blacks, for example. They've pushed a lot of teams. And I think they can beat this Wales side, but I don't think they're playing at the best of their abilities. So it's a very difficult one to call. I want to know what your score predictions are down in the comments below. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Stephen. I'll chat to you soon.
Bonjour, welcome everybody to the Wales Eve of Match briefing. Delighted to be joined by Wales skills coach Neil Jenkins, Sam Costello and Dan Bigger. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you. We'll get straight into the questions. Please raise your hand, wait for the microphone and introduce yourself. First question, please. Yeah.
Matt Southgate, ITV News. Dan, what is it about these weeks that excites you?
I think the first thing is the prize at the end of it. I think we've spoken all week about we're not quite ready to go home yet. I think it's funny how things and how time changes, isn't it? Because probably 3, 4, 5 months ago, somebody had said we were going to win our pool and be in a real strong position to get to a semi-final. People would have thought you were talking absolute madness. So it just shows how much confidence we've had and how much belief we've had in the group as the weeks have gone by. The more time we spent together, and this is the reason why you play rugby, really. Big occasions, quarterfinal of a World Cup, and it's just been a really special week. It's been brilliant being based where we've been based. I think all of us are really glad that we're on this side of the draw for a few reasons, but probably because we get to play here in this magnificent stadium as well, and sample something a little bit different. And it's just been a brilliant week, and like I said, the prize at the end of it is exactly why we play these, why we want to be involved in weeks like this.
Obviously, it's knockout rugby now. There's a lot of jeopardy with these games, and particularly for yourself, there's a lot riding on this now. Have you allowed yourself to think about that at all?
Not really. No. It's just been different. For us, it's not really any different, Matt. If I'm honest, we've almost been playing knockout rugby since our first pool match against Fiji, because probably if we didn't get the job done in that game, we would have faced a real uphill battle. And then we played Australia, which was a do or die, and so we've sort of almost had a couple of knockout matches already along the way. And for me, I'm not thinking about anything. I really don't want this to be my last day as a rugby player for Wales. I want it to be another 2 weeks, and hopefully that will be the case.
Thank you.
Next question, please.
Yeah, sorry, Dan, just on that, there's a few of you who this could be the last World Cup for, isn't it? Is that driving motivation at all?
I think there's probably a little bit of both. There's probably an extra motivation, an extra little bit of pressure. But I think the few of us who are in that boat have tried to really really enjoy the tournament for what it's been, rather than putting too much pressure on ourselves and sort of taking it week by week and just enjoying each place. It's been an unbelievable World Cup. I think the stadiums, the cities, the people, it's been incredible. So for us in that boat who are definitely finishing, it's not an if. It will be finishing after the World Cup. There is a little bit of extra pressure, but it's also a huge motivation. Like I said to Matt, it's something that I definitely don't want my last day as a Welsh rugby player to be losing a quarter-final. No, absolutely not. So we've worked as hard as we possibly can all week, put in all the extra little bits on the laptop, on the pitch, not so much in the gym for myself, but trying to do as much as I can for this team and for us as individuals to make sure we go out on a high rather than a disappointing end.
And you mentioned the people in France, quite a lot of Welsh people down in the port. How big an influence could they be on your performance, your game in the stadium?
Yeah, again, it's been quite strange for us because we've been in almost sort of a bit of a bubble out here in our own in our own little world, and I think we've noticed as the weeks have gone on, the support for us from back home has just grown and grown and grown, and the belief has grown. So for us, it's absolutely huge. We're hoping to have a load of Welsh fans in here tomorrow, and loads of families, friends are coming to the game. So I got 13 people staying in my house in Toulon. So we've got a fair old few people there. So it just shows the interest and what happens when you do well in this Wales team. The interest grows, and hopefully it'll be a huge help for us on Saturday.
I hope it does. Dan, just how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm okay. Yeah, sort of just managed to get myself back this week. Probably unexpected to sit on the bench last week, watching Costi bring the team home really well. Yeah, no, I'm pretty good. All good to go for tomorrow.
Did you think when you did it that could be a World Cup?
I thought that there was initially. I thought it was going to be really difficult, but I've managed to heal up okay, and basically just be with the physios pretty much every day for the last 2.5 weeks, and get myself back for this. It was one which I really didn't want to miss, and just really lucky, I suppose, lucky and grateful to be sat here in front of you guys preparing for a game tomorrow. And yeah, it was one of those where I thought like it would have been it would have been such a shame to have ended it that way, but like I said, I think it's important to say it's not about myself or anybody else leaving the team tomorrow. It's about making sure that we stay on, because with the belief and the confidence we've got in the group now is really high. We know we're playing a very, very tough team tomorrow, a very good team who perhaps they've probably got a little bit more to come than what they've shown in the pool stages, and we probably know that they're going to be right up for this tomorrow, and we know how difficult it's going to be. So I think we have to make sure we manage expectations as well. I think a lot of people in Wales just think we've got to turn up tomorrow to get the job done, and we've spoken all week how that is the absolute opposite of what our mindset is. We know how difficult this game is going to be, and we're going to have to play a lot better than what we probably have done in the pool stages to win. So yeah, hopefully we can deliver a really good performance and make this World Cup even more special than it already has been.
Yeah, next question.
Yes, Biga, what is your opinion about Santiago Carreras?
Fabulous rugby player, whether he's playing at 10 or 15. Just can change the game in the space of one moment of brilliance. And he's someone that we've spoken about all week, trying to, obviously from our point of view, trying to put as much pressure on him as possible. But we know that a lot of the times when he comes under a lot of pressure, there's moments of brilliance in him as well. So we're just trying to make sure we focus. We've picked out key individuals for Argentina this week, him being one of them, and we need to make sure that we're alive for everything we've spoken about, being really, really good at things which don't require a huge amount of talent, whether that's kick, chase, putting pressure on 9 and 10. But yeah, like I said, he's a fabulous rugby player, whatever position he plays in, and I'm sure he's going to be a threat to us tomorrow.
Thank you. Next question at the back there.
Elgin Oldham from The Times. One for you, Neil. Obviously, there's a lot of experience of World Cup quarterfinals in the team, but also amongst the coaching staff, likes of yourself from pre-Warren's era. How much has that played a part in the build-up, looking back on past experiences?
Well, it's difficult, really. I think, obviously, as Gats would have said, and he's alluded to this week already, is not trying to coach too much. Look, these boys are fantastic players. They know the game inside out. So there's a lot of that, really, being player-led. Obviously, there's some influence from the coaches, but more often than not, it's all about the players. And as we all know, as Biggs already said, it's a do-or-die game tomorrow. It's that simple. Knockout rugby. You need to be on it. Playing against a very, very good side in Argentina was, a lot of talented players. As I said, we just need to focus on ourselves, bring what we can to the table, and if we do that, we'll be with a good chances, no doubt in that. But it's going to be a very tight, physical, probably uncompromising game tomorrow. So one we're looking forward to.
Neil, Matt Lloyd, BBC. A fourth quarter final that Warren Gatland has taken Wales to. What does Warren do that brings the best out of teams at tournaments, even when leading up to the tournament might not have looked that great?
Yeah, no, I think that, Gats has always prided himself on basically the time that we've had together. So we've met up at the end of May. Most of the guys come in at that given time, and obviously have gone through the mill pretty much in that, as already would have been mentioned, Switzerland and Turkey. You know, the training sessions have been pretty brutal, and it puts you in a good place. It puts you in a place where you're conditioned, you can play at a high level, you can play at a high ball in play, and that's something we probably pride ourselves on over a long period of time in that 12 years with GATS. I'm probably trying to get back there a little bit in this summer that we've just had, and obviously in these games that we've had, the pre-World Cup games, and obviously the World Cup group game so far. So I think that you probably could see evidence of that in the games that we've played and the way we've gone about it. And I think it just gives you confidence, not just the players but the staff as well, that knowing that we can mix it, we can stay in there for long periods, even against the best sides. And I think we've shown that so far in the tournament. But again, we're going to have to go up another couple of gears tomorrow, there's no doubt in that, for what's at stake and who we're playing against.
And Dan, you've been involved in these occasions before. Is there anything different this time, or is there anything about the squad this time that you just makes you more confident than ever before?
I think what we've had a really a really happy group of players from day one. We've had a really good group of players, and I think this group they've grown and grown as the weeks and months have gone by. I think previously, if you look back to 2019, we had a really settled team who were quite comfortable with each other, and it was pretty much the same team for 18 months, 2 years before the World Cup. But I think this group has really come into its own. You've got, there's a real sort of mix of players. You've got a few of us older lads who are finishing up. You've got some of the younger guys who are coming through, and then a bit of a mix in the middle. So it's a bit different to previous campaigns. But what we've done is we've mixed in really well as a group. Whether you're 20, 21 or 34, we've all mixed in really well, got on really well, enjoyed each other's company, and we tried to have some fun along the way as well. Every day we have, every meeting we have a bit of a challenge of the week, or we have a bit of an entertainment presentation or thought of the day, things like that. So we've really enjoyed we've actually enjoyed meetings and training and things, as well as working hard. And I'm sure Jenks will agree, when we've had to flick the switch and get on the training pitch and work really hard, we've done that, but we've also really enjoyed each other's company off the field as well, whether that's going out for dinner and meetings. Outside of rugby has been a real plus for us as a group.
Who's led the entertainment?
Well, probably not the entertainment committee, actually, the people who've been on there. So I've had to step up myself a couple of times. Dylan Lewis is sort of chief. Basically, he's got photos on everybody, so you never quite know what's coming up in those slides. So I'm sure if we win this week, we'll make sure we have a good one next week planned.
Thank you. Next question.
Hi, Benjamin Dodon, Journal Sud-Ouest. Neil, what makes you think that Argentina will kick a lot?
There's not much space in Test football, so I think they're pretty good aerially as well, and obviously they've got a decent kicking game as well. So I think there'll be a lot of kicking tomorrow, just the nature of some of the Test matches that are played at this level. When there's a lot on the line, I think, as I said, there's not an awful lot of space, and you've got to try and earn that right and earn that space really, so that you can attack. So the kicking game plays a big part in that, so enables your team to attack a little bit more. So I think there will be a lot of kicks tomorrow, especially early on, trying to find each other out, not wanting to give up too much territory and not wanting to invite the opposition into your 22 as such. And it's a very difficult place to defend nowadays. If teams do get into your 22, there's a lot of sides at this moment in time that are clinical. Argentina got some fantastic players, some big forwards that can carry and put a dent in you. So I think it's the same with us as well. I think they'll be doing their utmost to try and stop us getting into them areas. It's a big part of Test football in today's game, and you want to try and keep them away from it as long as possible. But I certainly think quarterfinals, do or die. I think there'll be a fair bit of it tomorrow, there's no doubt in that. Hopefully there'll be some good kicking as well. I think the aerial game's a big part of the game. Argentina got some fantastic aerial players, and likewise ourselves. So should be a good battle in that area as well, and trying to earn the right and earn the space.
Yep.
Sam, please teach me. Dambiga is a great player. So what do you think of him?
Careful now, Costa. Sitting quite close. Yeah, he's a great player, great bloke as well. I think that's what makes him so special. Yeah, obviously been looking at him a lot in the training ground and trying to pick up as many tips as I can. And for me, just the way he leads this team is just so special. How he speaks to players and how he delivers his message and what he wants. So for me as a young 10, you wouldn't want anyone else really. Yeah, just everything about him. And then off the field, bad bloke either. So it's costly boy.
Thank you. Final.
Yeah.
final question over here. Thank you.
Dan, Sam, John Thomas was speaking earlier in the week about relating your individual ability to super strengths and superheroes. How important has that been? And also, which superheroes are you both?
I think it's been very important because what we've I think Jenks slightly alluded to it. We've sort of gone back to a bit of basics really, and we've spoken in all our meetings about making sure you play to your own individual strengths. You know, there's no point somebody trying to be world class at something that they're never going to be world class at. So we've tried to focus on what we're individually really good at. So we're just trying to that's what we try to focus on for the whole tournament really, and hopefully what we've done is we've brought all those individual strengths together and forged quite a strong collective team, and we hope that that's again something that we've referenced today, that we're going to make sure that we just play to our individual strengths and make that a team collective. And I can't remember who were you? What was yours? Jack, yeah. I think mine was bullseye, I think. So put a bit of pressure on for tomorrow. So yeah, no, it's just been, like I said, we've tried to find different ways to try and keep things a little bit interesting in camp, because you're away and you're together for such a long period of time. It's impossible to just have the same meetings, same voices, same themes in meetings and training all the time. And we've tried to really mix things up and have a bit of fun with it along the way, which so far has proved relatively successful.
Neil, Sam, Dan, thank you very much for your time. Go well tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks
very much.
everyone for attending. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, guys. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Take care.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Don't panic, you are in the right place. This is the live commentary watch-along between Argentina and Wales. Stevie P is just having some issues at the moment, so I'm stepping in for the moment and potentially for the whole game. Absolutely stoked to be here and bring you this live commentary of this game. And what a clash it's going to be, the first quarterfinals. Now, lots of people, including ourselves, if you watch the fan forum here, said that this does feel like a quarterfinal, whereas the two later games this weekend feel like semi-finals. But nonetheless, it won't feel that way to Welsh and Argentine fans, guys. So welcome once again. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Look at becoming a channel member as well. It really brings us some huge support. And a massive thank you to our sponsors and channel partners, obviously that in BOYLESPORTS, as well as BITDEFENDER. So if you haven't checked them out, go check out the link in the description. If you're a bit lost and not sure where to go with BOYLESPORTS, Crow Tips, that's our very own resident Chris Rowe. He does some fantastic videos about where you reckons you should put your money, where he's going to put his money. And I think he's on a bit of pretty good record. He's making a lot of people a lot of money at the moment. So definitely go check that out if you do fancy it. I know BOYLESPORTS have got a bet match, right? Up to £1,000 on your first deposit. So definitely go check them out. And we'll get a bit more to BITDEFENDER a little bit later. But it's absolutely fantastic to be here with you guys. Let me know where you are streaming in from. If you haven't been with me before, you haven't come along on a watch along with me. As I said, my name is Wes, and coming to you live from the Okavango Delta in Botswana. It's a nice toasty 38 degrees. It got to a high of 40 today, so it really is it's really cooking this side. So doing our absolute best here to keep cool. No jokes, I've got an ice pack strapped to the back of both my laptop as well as my phone to try and keep the tech from overheating. But yeah, let me know in the chat there, guys. Where are you watching from? And also who do you think is going to win, and maybe some score predictions we can start getting in the chats. I see there we've got our poll going. I wouldn't say it's evenly split. Currently at the moment, about 60% of you saying that Wales are going to take this one. And in the comments, I think we see lots of Welsh support. So thank you so much for jumping in. Start getting some score predictions in there. As I said, where you're watching from would be fantastic. Like Black Edits there saying that Wales is 100% winning. So very confident on that front. Some people will share your support, and I can see that as well. But we do have some Argentine fans here. So Vamos Argentino, Carajo says Augustin. So great to have you all here. Yeah, let's get involved. This is something I really enjoy about the Forever Sports model, is the fact that we get to interact. You guys get to tell me what you're thinking. We get to discuss sort of in real time, which is something quite unique about the channel. But it's going to be, I think probably quite a fair clash. I think we have an Argentine side who, look, coming into the World Cup, I think everyone was rating them quite well. And then obviously they had that disappointing start against England, which potentially was a bit of an upset, which is a wild thing to say. But I think given the state of the current English team, everyone was hoping, maybe expecting the Argentinians to win that game. But George Ford and his Chargers had other ideas. And losing that one. And then ever since then, sort of struggled to find some form, I think, Argentina. They've been building, though. I think that's what you want, to slowly get better every game. And I think they showed that. It was a tight one with Japan. I think the Japanese fought back very bravely in that final pool game to decide who would go through. So Argentina will probably be happy with where they're at the moment. I mean, I don't know if who would you rather face? Excuse me, Wales or Fiji? I think also the Fijians looking really dangerous at the moment. So I think they'll be happy with where they sit. And then looking at this Welsh side, I think sort of again not a real contender before the World Cup. I think they'll admit they weren't in the best form, but Gatland's come in. He's done a fantastic job getting the Welsh side into some decent shape. And they've shown moments, in this World Cup of a really strong Welsh side. That 2019 Welsh side that finished 4th in the world. You can't write them off. So let's see what they bring today. Then at other points they've looked really mediocre. Actually, the Welsh have, and so you never know what you're going to get. And obviously with Gareth Anscombe out with injury, I see he's not in the 23. I haven't kept up to date with that and how long he's out for. So if someone in the chat knows, you can just let me know how long is Gareth Anscombe out for. But you obviously got Dan Bigger back in the side. He had, I think, that chest injury where he didn't play last week. Sam Costello obviously played the full 80 last week, which I think was probably good for Sam to be put under some pressure and have an extended period at 10. He's on the bench, so we'll have to see what he, if he comes out and makes an appearance at all. But just have a look at the chat there. So as a Tania saying that she's watching from Tom Price in Perth, Australia. So excellent to have you be able to watch the game. I think, yeah, it's quite a nice one, potentially, that with the timings of the games, they've tried to allow, I think, for most of the world to be able to watch the games. And I think that's why they've put the games so late, the 9 o'clock games, is to try and allow for, maximizing of the time zones. But excellent to have you here, Tania. Let me know in a chat what you think scores are going to be. Buffalo, excellent. The stalwarts, great to have you here from Cape Town. Great to have you here, Buffalo. Yeah, guys, let us know where you're streaming in from, and let us know your score predictions for this game. I'm trying to think what I said on SUPERBRU. I think I went with the Welsh, and I think I said Wales by 12. So, I reckon it's going to be, I don't know, what is a comfortable win? 3 tries at least? I mean, that could potentially be, 2 tries and a missed conversion. So I think, I think I'm going for Wales by 12. But, that could very easily go the other way. We know the Argentines, with their squad, know how to find the try line, especially when you've got a man like Mateo Carreras on one of your wings. He was just showing how devastating he can be in that Japanese game, really, really causing problems and hassles for the Japanese defense. So the Welsh defense will have to be on it today. But that being said, so will the Argentine. We know the Welsh have some really exciting attacking players in their lineup. That sort of centre pairing is pretty solid between Nick Tompkins and obviously George North. And then obviously you got the speedsters in Louis Rees-Zammit as well as Josh Adams. Josh Adams is a prolific try scorer. He's been a bit quiet this World Cup, but you can never write him off. So very, very curious and keen to see what this Welsh side can get up to, and can they find their way a way to penetrate the Argentine defense. Chris, how's it? Excellent to have you here. Swap called Munt, so not far from where I am. Chris, excellent. I'm trying to plan a trip to Namibia, actually. Maybe next year, come out and do a bit of Namibia, drive through here from Maun and Bots. And he's saying Argentina by 3. Okay, interesting. So picking the Argentines and by a very close margin then. So Argentina looking to take that one. According to Chris, now we are into knockout rugby, where your penalties and your conversions are going to matter. And, as a South African, and I think this has been one of the big talking points for South Africa, is obviously everyone's a bit nervous with that. Maybe nerves are calmed a little bit with the introduction of Pollard into the squad. Maybe people feel better. But, we will see how important it is to take, when points are on offer, to come away with points, from visits to the 22. That's, one of the most important, I think, statistics in rugby is if you look at sort of, how often can you get out of your 22 or exit your 22 without conceding points, and how often can you enter the oppositions and put points on the board. And, there's a lot of things you can do under your control to exit. I'm a big fan of exit strategies. I think they're very underrated. And I think this is why Fiji, at least, sort of start of the World Cup, pre-World Cup, they were doing so well, is because if you watch their exit strategies, they were very clinical with what it was about. So they knew what they needed to do. There was no mucking about, and they got it out of there, sort of relieving that pressure. Yeah, but we'll have to see what the Argentines and the Welsh can do today. So just want to take a quick moment, as I said, guys, to thank. We spoke about BOYLESPORTS, and we'll speak about them a little bit later. But a huge thank you to BitDefender. So BitDefender, as I'm sure you guys know, if you don't, they're a channel partner here on Forever Sports, and they have a fantastic suite of tools that allow you to keep your online data and presence safe. So make sure you check out BitDefender. They've got a host of different things, from microphone monitoring to VPNs to all sorts that can really take care of all your cyber security and digital needs. So please go check them out if you are interested in potentially, having a look at something like that. So we are looking now at the players. They are leaving the field and heading into the change room to get those final jerseys on and get the preparations ready. And I mean, how much are Wales going to miss the presence of Faletau? One of their key players, their stalwarts, in that sort of back three, and he's obviously not available due to injury. So I think they've still got pretty solid in Jack Morgan and Aaron Wainwright. I mean, you know, Jack Morgan's having the tournament of his life. I think he's playing really, really well. Aaron Wainwright always rates as well. Such an engine on him. Tommy Reffel, I think I'm not a huge, wouldn't say I'm not a fan, but yeah, I haven't been particularly impressed. So maybe today's the day he steps up, and we'll have to see what he can do. Andre, excellent to have you in the chat, my mate. Yeah, hello all. I think Argentina by 8, says Andre. Okay, so far, well, those are the only two sort of predictions we've got. Both Chris and Andre predicting or sort of, yeah, theorizing that the Argentines are going to win it. We're the Welsh fans. Very, very loud, guys, early on in the chat. You've gone very quiet now. So if you are thinking Wales are going to win it, like I think, let me know by how many. Argentina by 7, says Buffalo. Okay, so Wales needs to respond now. The Welsh fans, get involved in the chat, guys, because at the moment, all 3 score predictions are predicting Argentina. And yeah, for the sake of my SUPERBRU, I hope you guys are wrong, but we will have to see what we're thinking. Yeah, just having a look through these other Welsh squads, through the rest of the Welsh squad here. You know, Dan Bigger, I think he's got to have a big game. I think he's going to obviously be fired up. We saw him in that game where he lost his cooler bits, I think, with George North. And we'll see if he can keep a cool head. We spoke about Nick Tompkins and George North, Louis Sammet. Liam Williams is always solid at the back there. You know, I think he'll be solid under the high ball. He's been pretty good. The rest of their forwards, though, I think the front row is pretty sturdy. So yeah, I think this is a solid Welsh side. I think it's the best Welsh side they could put out, bar obviously Faletau in that number 8 position. So Wales are already putting all on the line, and obviously you have to. This is now knockout rugby. There are no second chances here. This is it, you know, and this is it. Troy there, Troy Wooden, how's it going? Troy saying, I think the Welsh have a bit more hunger. Yeah, so I mean, we know how passionate and how fiery and how fired up the Argentines can get. So they'll definitely be wanting it. But I mean, so will the Welsh. But yeah, interesting, Troy. We'll have to see if that sort of cool-headedness can prevail, right? Wales are a very good tournament team. You know, looking at that 2019 World Cup and the World Cups before, they know how to perform well in World Cups. Troy, they're giving us saying Wales by 10. Tania, they're saying Wales by 5. Mark's Box, how you doing? Good on you, Wes. Looking forward to the game. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, me too. Yeah, so we'll have to see it's going. Let's have a look. GD Coffee Fee. Or was it Kofefe? Is that a Trump reference? Stuck in Frankfurt Airport. Lifesaver. Wales by 14. Come on, the boys. All right, GD. Yeah. So we got some Welsh now support coming through with the predictions. So having a look so far, Troy's gone for the biggest margin by 10 points. No, excuse me. So GD Coffee or Kofefe has gone for 14. So by 2 tries. So that's where I'm at. I'm about 12. I think Wales by 12. Reza in the chat, how's it? Rees, Arj by 4. Reza having to go with the South American support, the Southern Hemisphere support. Yeah, let's see, Rees. Maybe the RGs can. Is it an upset at this stage? I think, you know, if you look at sort of maybe the total success of the two sides, potentially Wales being the more historically successful side, maybe it's a bit of an upset. But looking at recent form, I think the Welsh team just being a bit all over the place. And the Argentinians building nicely, potentially not such a big upset. So we will have to see what this is going to be like. Yeah, Andre, looking forward to the New Zealand game as well. We cannot wait. I think it's, you know what, it's so nice. It's finally like a big clash that as a neutral, you can just, watching as myself, as a South African supporter, I can just watch as a neutral and actually just enjoy good rugby. Well, I hope it's good rugby. So yeah, make sure you tune back in later this evening to check out Stevie P taking you through that game. And what a titanic clash that's going to be. It's going to be huge. Mursabas, how's it going? Saying it's on Los Pumas, bring it, take it to them, my laddies. Yeah, it's on Los Pumas, bring it. Right, I see it, take it to them, my laddies. All right, okay, so we'll have to see what they can do. Can they indeed bring it and take it to them? Once again, guys, thanks so much for joining here on Forever Sports. Make sure you've hit that like button. I can see how many of you are watching, and I can see how many of you liked the video. So please definitely hit the like button. What that does is just allows others who might be looking for the video, I think like GD there earlier, who's saying, you know, he got stuck in the airport, needs to find a stream. It just lets other people know this is a legit stream, you're enjoying the content, and it helps with the algorithm. Let's see, Reese there saying, Wes, you and I have been battered by Argentina rugby players before. We know how hectic they are. Indeed, we have, Reese. Reese and I played rugby together. We got to tour Argentina for a little bit, which was good fun. They are very hectic. Although the funny story there is that we obviously had all our line-out calls in Afrikaans because, you know, what are the chances the Argentines know Afrikaans? Anyway, there was a boy from Paul Ruiz on an exchange program with them, and he just clocked on to all our line-out calls. So that was all for naught. So we had to adjust on the fly there. Let's see, Jimmy, good to have you in the chat saying Wales by 12. That's me, Jimmy. I'm at Wales by 12. Andre then saying, I think Ireland will win that game. Yeah, I think later, if you had to ask me to put money in and where I've put my SUPERBRU, I've said Ireland by 8 or 10. I do think they'll come away with it in the end. I think they are the better informed side, but you can never write off New Zealand, right? I mean, I think the most successful rugby playing nation, and with a very good record in Rugby World Cups, so they know how to do it. Yeah, Troy's right. So Troy's saying if Ireland win, they have the best match-winning streak of all time. Do they break the record, Troy, or do they tie the record? I have a feeling that they might tie it this time if they beat New Zealand, but I could be very wrong. So just let me know. Just fact check me there. Very happy to be wrong. You guys let me know. But either way, it's going to be a clash for the ages. Hopefully, just one, an instant classic. But we are seeing the national anthems starting to take place. So the Welsh national anthem being sung first as we go through the squad. Another man I think that needs to have an important day for Wales is indeed Gareth Davies. That 9 sort of delivery is so crucial. How quickly can they get the ball out to that back line? How can the forwards get their backs going? I think we all know that the success of a team generally is going to rely on getting good clean ball, go forward, front football from their forwards. So it'll be up to the Welsh forwards who do not have an easy task today, taking on the Argentine pack, which is a ferocious pack. Obviously without Pablo Matera, though, one of their sort of key players as well. So, interesting, both packs out with a key loose forward. So very interesting. So Troy is reckoning they break it. I'm going to default to you, Troy. I'm happy for someone else to correct Troy and myself there, but that's huge. If Ireland then beat New Zealand, they then take the longest winning match streak of all time. Very, very incredible stuff. Andre saying, New Zealand can come back from anywhere, anytime. Absolutely, they can. And I think, if you look at that game against France, right, they sort of started hot and then got shut out. So it was very clever game management by the French. But then throughout this World Cup, they've obviously been building. Look, they've not had much, any other sort of competition. Even we thought Italy potentially. Well, I know some of the Forever Sports members thought that Italy was going to take it to the All Blacks. We gave that certain individual a very hard time on the group chat when every try was scored. So New Zealand have also been building nicely. I think they've started to find form. Definitely. I think they're quite happy, I reckon, to be written off a bit. Less pressure on them. They just go out, just do what they do, and what they do is rugby, and they do rugby well. So be fantastic to see. All right, Andre's Prince there starting to get us some All Black predictions in this chat. That's fantastic. But Andre, let me know what you think this game's going to be between Wales and Argentina. Have you got a score prediction for this one? We've obviously got to get through this first. Well, not get through it first. We've got to watch it. We've got to enjoy it because we are into knockout rugby. I cannot believe it, of this World Cup. Feels like just the other day that we were starting with the pool games. And we are already here in knockout rugby. This is fantastic. I'm going to be very sad when it's over, although I'm going to be quite relieved, to be honest. I can't lie. It's just such a stressful period. I think on the fan forum, I was saying how South Africa games specifically just absolutely caused me the stress. No jokes. My watch sort of notices that I'm not doing anything. I'm obviously sitting or standing, and it says, are you all right? Your heart rate's quite high. So South African rugby is not good for my mental or physical health. But just absolutely fantastic to have this competition on the go. Okay, so the anthems are done. The players now have gone to get ready. We've cut away to an ad here on my stream. and we will be back with the kickoff. So this is going to be huge. The first quarterfinal of Rugby World Cup 2023. And guys, thank you so much for joining us here on Forever Rugby, on Forever Sports. We are so stoked to be able to bring you live sort of commentary and coverage of every single Rugby World Cup game. It's YouTube's biggest ever Rugby World Cup campaign and coverage, and we're absolutely stoked. And thank you so much for being a part of it and joining us along here. Okay, we should be heading back to the field any point now. Let's see. And indeed we are. So the Welsh in their classic red and the Argentines in their blue, sky blue and white stripes. And at the Welsh on the left-hand side, playing from left to right. Argentinians obviously then from right to left. And the Wales are kicking off. We see George North having last words with the touch judge there. We're about to get this game underway. Montoya there shouting final instructions to his charges. But the time for talking is done. It is Jaco Paper who's going to referee this game. And I think above everything else, you just want the ref to have a good, neutral, boring game. You want no controversies. But here we go, the kickoff, and we're underway with the first quarterfinal, and it is taken by Boffelli, who is tackled well, I think, by Josh Adams there. And we're going to look to feed out. So Gubelli then finding the big men. So still in their 22. Most players careful not to give away a soft penalty. That's the worst. You pin them back, give away a soft penalty, easy exit. But there goes Santiago Carreras. And he does find touch, and he finds touch well. So we'll see then a good exit strategy from Argentina. And now the first attacking platform here from Wales, just still in Argentina territory. Solid run there from Buffelli, sort of bumping off Josh Adams, but holding on. Right, first line out of the game. It does go to Beard, who finds then down they go. Here it comes out to the back. Solid crash ball from George North there. All right, Davies has to dig, so slow the Argentines, slowing down that ball. Out to Bigger, then Bigger out. Nice flat ball to Reece Zammit. Reece Zammit in some space. Reece Zammit doing Reece Zammit things, chips ahead. There's good coverage at the back. Excellently done by Buffelli. Oh, little sort of bubble there. Thought he was going to kick and then potentially not. Let's have a look here. So the Argentines dig it out. So nice attacking there from Wales. That was far too easy to find space. So Argentina being asked early questions. Clearance kick is made, but it's straight down the center of the field. So all sorts of options there for, I think it's Liam Williams with ball in hand now, who hoofs one up into the sky, gives chase, unable to collect. Looks like he's knocked it forward. Play on, says Jaco Paper. No, he's going to bring us back. So indeed, there is a knock on in the air. But it'll be our first scrum of the game. So within 2 minutes, we do have our first scrum. So it was Dan Bigger, excuse me, not William, it was Dan Bigger who kicked and chased there. And just unable to collect. But this was a nice flat ball there out, I think it was from Josh Adams actually, to Reece Zammit, and then chipping ahead, and almost, 9 times out of 10 he collects those chips. So looking good from Wales, sort of starting early on. Our first scrum, yeah, as I said, 2 minutes in. So the Welsh pack here will be looking to put a bit of pressure on the Argentines and see if they can potentially force some sort of a turnover. Quite evenly weighted, 920, the Welsh to 902, I think it said, in the Argentines. But both sides look solid. It is outside the 22. So I have to keep it in field. They do exactly that. Pretty much almost down the center here to the right. Again, another big up and under. So asking questions, but it is well taken there by the Argentine player. Liam Williams just not able to collect that. Right, here come Argentina. Again, no real opportunity, but they are going to run it now. A little dummy kick. There is space. This is good from Argentina. Here in space, here they come. Excellent down the right-hand side, deep into the Welsh territory. Now it brings it back. Cubelli does to the left here. Pop off the deck. Has to sort of take it himself. Then finally offloads to Carreras. Santiago Carreras taking it into contact. Wales now having to defend for the first time in the match so far. It was good by Argentina. Solid run there from Issa, big number 8. Cubelli then out to the right-hand side. Cubelli then, this is good. Again, had another offload or an overlap that side. Buffelli now, ball in hand in a bit of space, but he's tackled well by the Welsh defense. So just on the edge of the 22 are the Argentines on the attack. Here comes Montoya in space. Here comes Currie. So nice little offloads from the Argentines, finding lots of holes in the Welsh defense. Both disciplines been good, though. No penalty given away just yet. And as I say that, Jaco Paper sticks out his hand. So I think it might have been for an offside or not rolling away. But regardless, Argentina, I think, have an advantage. They do indeed. So they've got license to play here. This is dangerous for the Welsh side. Argentina will be looking to capitalize this from there. Now bring it wide, but there is good Welsh defense there, almost through there from Malia. Slow ball now. Pick and go around the right from Lavanini. Still with that advantage. And Jaco Paper says, right, nothing gained. So it was blowing the penalty for offside. And we'll go back. Very interesting to see here what the Argentines done. So I think pretty good from Wales there, sort of obviously preventing them from scoring the try, but a few holes popping up for the Welsh. So they're going to definitely need to tidy all of that up. But what will the Argentines do? Are they going to go for points? Are they going to go for the corner? Bit of a discussion happening at the moment. And it is indeed points. So here we go. We know we're in knockout rugby when you're no longer going for the corner and you are going for the post. So Boffelli there is going to be tasked with getting Argentina the first points in knockout rugby for this Rugby World Cup 23. But yeah, Argentina doing well to get out of their own half and deep into the Welsh half very, very easily. So Wales will need to tighten that up, or at least find a way to prevent that from happening again quite so easily. So Boffelli's been very good this World Cup, I think, with the boots. He's been solid, consistent. He's been good with ball in hand as well. He's scored a handful of tries. So I think he's been one of the standouts for Argentina, for me personally. So here goes within the 15-meter channel. Looks good, but just goes across the face of the post. So no points there for Argentina. So the score remains 0-0 after 6 minutes. The Welsh fans breathe a heavy sigh of relief, and the Argentines a huge groan of frustration. So still deadlocked here in this first quarterfinal. Right, we get underway once again. So a deep drop kick. It's collected well by the Argentines. So on the right-hand side, they now bring it out to the left, just on the inside of the Welsh half. Wales doing well there to roll away and not concede another penalty. Now it's put to the boot. But Carreras there, Santiago Carreras, unfortunately, just a bit of a miscalculation, kicking it directly out into touch. So obviously we will come back to the line out for that. So an uncharacteristic error there from Carreras, putting it directly into touch. Wales will be very happy with that. Very easy pressure there. Safri Kiwi, yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely. A pretty good start from both sides, breaking down the defenses. So the attacking is looking good. And here come Wales down the right-hand side, again finding space. Reece Zammit again putting boot to ball. But the chip this time just a bit, again, overcooked, and Boffelli catching on the full and calling it a mark. Yeah, absolutely. I agree, Safri. Wales want to play in their 20, I assume you mean Argentina's 22, seems lots of attacking kicks. They're going to, I think, put it up and ask the Argentines to catch and run it back if you can. Right, so here we go. Hoisted up by one of the Welsh players. Good chase, I think, by Liam Williams, but easily collected by Boffelli. Solid tackle, but keeping the ball alive. Now they go to the right. The Argentines staying on their feet, looking for offloads, making good ground. Once again, on the halfway, out to the right they go. Cabelli, then Carreras to massive number 3, Quadella. But it is turned over, nicely turned over there by the Welsh. Okay, so Davies now. So just a bit slow from Wales. They had good Yeah, good sort of first attacking bit, and now sort of just a bit of a slow start. So again, not wanting to keep possession in hand. They do put it up. It is knocked on, but Gareth Davies collects. So knocked on by an Argentina player. Now they've got numbers to the right. Here they come again. Reece Zammit. Is he going to put his boot? No, he's going to try step inside. He does step through one. Tries the offload, but that's, yeah, goes miles forward. So Reece Zammit there, just a bit uncomfortable. But anyway, it is turned over Argentina with a forward pass advantage, keeping the ball alive. They'll probably want to exit out of here anyway. Right, Currie back to Currie, who hoops the ball away, so that advantage is over. Lots of kicking between the two sides, not really wanting to run it, but here comes Liam Williams, so not putting boot to ball, taking his contact, I think, just down on the halfway mark. Right, Davies out to Bigger. Now Bigger puts it up and asks his backs to chase. Again, no real contest. Santiago Carreras takes it well. Again, you feel like those kicks have to be more contestable if you want to actually exert any sort of pressure, right? If what you're going for is the knock-on, then you've got to be putting people in people's faces. Okay, Wales now running it back. Josh Adams, first time, real ball in hand. He kind of throws a pass to no one. Jack Morgan able to step and collect excellently. Nice work by the flanker there. Lovely inside ball to Davies, who puts it down. You feel like had he caught it, he was already looking up. That's a big error there by Gareth Davies. It was a good sort of step and go from Jack Morgan, got a good pass. So unfortunate there. Is this going to go too long? No, it doesn't. It's just in the Welsh try zone. Ian William dots it down. So we're going to have a goal line dropout. JP saying Los Pumas started well here. Yep, I think the Pumas have. But Liam Williams going very quick. Nice little clever play by him, sort of catching everyone off guard. So takes it out then to his 22, retaining possession. Nice work by Liam Williams. Gareth Davies takes us to the left, gives it to Thomas Francis. I don't know, Wales looking here potentially a little bit rattled, but they'll look to settle and find their groove as they go. So Gareth Davies clears one over the top. Obviously needs to keep it within the field of play. He does so. Here comes Pafelli then from Argentina. He steps, stutters, and stops. Again, coming to the left-hand side, having to get that ball out very quickly. Lots of Welsh players around that. Nice flat pass, so 2-on-1 here. Opportunity for Argentina. Nice little break there from the Argentine number 6, Martin Gonzalez. So here come Argentina. Yeah, South Africa there. Wales committing no one to defensive rucks. Looking pretty good. You thought Jack Morgan over there potentially with a steal. He's taken off his feet, so has to release. Cadella taking it into contact now. Currie then comes back to the left-hand side. So just over the 10-meter line in the Welsh territory. Again, Jack Morgan looks like he's over that ball. Not able to get hands on it. Santiago Carreras taking it in, but offloading now. So made our way to the left. Now we go back to the right-hand side. So they are making ground here, the Argentines. They are getting over the advantage line. Ball goes to ground, so Wales defense able to come up very quickly and sort of put all sorts of pressure. Careful not to create too many holes though. Pass across there. Unfortunately, the pass doesn't quite make it to Pafelli, who knocks it on. So again, the Welsh defense doing just enough to not allow the Argentines any massive gaps through. Yeah, I see that too, Safrakui there. The Welsh jerseys are falling apart. So the stickers, I mean, Gareth Davies has lost his numbers. There's no number 9 on his back. And we see, who's that now? I have to definitely check. We see Thomas Francis with his number 3 falling off there. So very odd, the Welsh numbers and jerseys falling apart. Potentially might need some spares. 77% of possession with Argentina at the moment. So massive skew there in possession stats. Definitely need to Wales, from a Welsh perspective, definitely need to get more ball in hand here, and this is what they've got. They've got a scrum. I wonder if we'll see potentially a couple of phases, or maybe one phase and a kick. Usol there saying, can't believe one of these two teams will be in the semis. Yeah, it's going to be unbelievable. Unbelievable again. Wales, finished 4th in the world last World Cup. We know they're a quality outfit, but yeah, who would I suppose, as opposed to, yes, your New Zealand, Ireland, South Africa, France, who would you have instead? Right, here come Wales then from the back of the scrum. Gareth Davies out. Nice little back move play here. Josh Adams then. Adams to Liam Williams. He sort of goes to ground, trying to step his way around, but slipping a bit, losing foot. Gareth Davies then out to the right, then back to the left. Aaron Wainwright. Haven't seen him involved much so far. Davies out to the left again, running back inside. Nice line there from George North. Half a gap. Offloads from the base. Gareth Davies through in some space. A lovely try time there. Dan Bigger, the man, to get under the first points of the quarterfinal. The first quarterfinal here. Excellent work there from the Welsh. Nicely done by them. Brilliant little backline move to start. And then nice offloading from the deck, not allowing the Argentinian defense to settle, to form any kind of, any sort of structure really. So excellent work there. Here we see the replays. Nice. Lots of options. So the Argentine defense not sure where to commit to. Wales making all the correct decisions. Liam Williams just losing his footing. But even from that moment, still going to deck and getting the ball off very, very quickly. And a nice little step back inside here. Good half break from North. Again, looking for the offloads. And then easy as you like. And Louis Rees-Zammit always there as well. Could have been either of them. But excellent work by the Welsh team. Not a bad scrum. It did go down, but Yaku Paper saying for them to play on. So Wales take I wouldn't say an early lead. It's about 15 minutes in. So they take the lead at 15 minutes in. And Dan Bigger, probably with one of the easiest kicks he'll have right in front of the posts. 10 meters out and dinks it over. No issues there. So Wales in a good position. I think if you're a Welsh fan, you're probably pretty happy with that start. 7 points to nothing. Nicely done there by the Welsh. What can Argentina mount? Can they come back with some sort of an answer? Very slow to get back to the halfway mark are the Argentines. Ooh, Yaku Paper seems to be limping a bit. I think Paper might have to sub. Yeah, Yaku Paper is going to no longer ref this game. I haven't seen this before. We've seen it where refs have had cramps, but that's really unfortunate for Yaku Paper. I'm trying to see what's happened here. I don't know if someone stood on his foot, but clearly in some kind of massive pain there. He's not happy, his right leg, that is. So he's having to come off. So the end of Yaku Paper's quarterfinal appearance and potentially World Cup campaign. I wonder if they'll still consider him for the semi-finals and final. I guess if you don't ref all the way through, they can't really make that judgment call. So just waiting for confirmation on who will be taking his place. We do see someone there. I'm not sure who that is off the top of my head, getting kitted up. Okay, Carl Dixon, the Englishman, is going to, I believe, take on the role of referee, and then someone else is going to come off the bench for the assistant referee. So all sorts of drama going on here in the first quarterfinal, but not the drama that we might have expected. I wonder if anyone put money on the fact that the ref would be injured or be substituted. If so, you've probably made a heap load. JP, a ref substitution, absolute scenes, the drama. It is, I can't remember the first time I've seen this. South African ref goes down. Don't be an omen, Evan H. No, yes, let's hope that's the only South African that goes down this weekend. If that's the case, sorry, Yaku, you can be the sacrifice. Alan Robinson, good to have you here in the chat, mate. Yeah, more of the same, please, Wales. I'm sure, definitely hoping for that. Safra Kiwi saying there, someone stood on his foot, probably broke a bone. Some heavy boys out there. I think that's probably definitely the case. So, but I think here we're seeing the replay of the try. Dan Bigger coming back inside, finding George North off to Davies, and Davies on the inside there. Nice ball back to Bigger. So really good work from the Welsh. And the fans are absolutely ecstatic. And why wouldn't you be? Your team has done what you need them to do, at least at the start of this quarterfinal. Right, we are going to get underway again from the halfway mark. And Carl Dixon, now the man in charge of this game. So just when you thought you had to worry about one ref, you've now got someone else. Right, Liam Williams catching and collecting, taking it to the edge of the 22, and then eventually out of the 22. Gareth Davies finds the big men to the left-hand side. Good strong run there. I believe that was from Ryan Elias, making valuable meters. Almost to the 10-meter in their half, so the Welsh exit strategy looking really good. Gareth Davies then putting one over the top. Owen John saying, get Nigel Owens on. Yeah, I'm not sure that would be allowed. Right, Wales collecting the kick, so retaining possession. What can they do? They come to the right here. Again, Liam Williams making a hassle of himself, getting through the first tackle, looking for the offload, but the Welsh support line's just not there at the moment. So good from Wales, looking for those attacking options. Slow ruck here, so Davies says, right, well, enough of that. Still in the Welsh half, so he'll look to put one up again. Does so. More contestable, but again, Santiago Carreras safely under there. Yes, it is indeed a beautiful stadium that they are playing in France. Yeah, some really stunning stadiums, which is excellent. Okay, Argentina though collect, and Kubeli decides to put one up over his own, and Gareth Davies knocking it on initially, and then a knock on by Argentina. So yeah, Gareth Davies, you feel, should have done better in that position, but that's exactly why they put those up and unders up, try and force them to make those sorts of errors. Yeah, I can't imagine the Argentine fans would be too happy if they saw Nigel Owens getting kitted up. Despite what a fantastic ref he is, I think it would just be too much. And there we do see the view of the stadium. So handling errors 4 to Wales, 3 to Argentina. So pretty evenly matched on the handling errors side of things. So 17 minutes in, Wales leading 17-0. Argentine scrum just inside their own half. Argentina dominating that early possession, but ultimately unable to convert any of that possession and pressure into points. Wales doing really well from a try in Argentine, from a scrum, excuse me, in the Argentine half, and ultimately, basically, I think that was within 2 or 3 phases, got it down into points. So excellent sort of economy there from the Welsh, but they will definitely want more ball in hand. See if they can get more points on the board. Right, scrum time. It's solid once again. There is a penalty advantage, though, despite the ball coming out cleanly. No, there's no penalty advantage. Looks like he put out his arm, but then taken into the center field, and it is knocked on by Santiago Chocobaras as he was trying to get to ground. Sorry, I thought Cole Dixon put out his hand at scrum time, but obviously retracting that. So Chocobaras strong into the contact, wrestling with Dan Bigger, but Bigger, again, doing enough, causing the knock-on, and the Argentine fans, heads in hands, Kremer there, grimace on his face. Wales doing an excellent job at just being absolutely disruptive, not allowing the Argentines any sort of flow, or opportunity rather, to get into the game much. So again, we have a Welsh scrum just in their territory, but the centre field, so looking at potentially what they might be able to conjure up here. They did well from scrum time. So let's see. Yeah, Stafford Kiwi's right. They've the Welsh have done this a couple of times where they've stripped the ball from the Argentine players. So potentially, you know, maybe the Welsh defence has clocked onto, maybe it's been research from the week that they've seen the Argentines run in, I don't know, with ball, something that they can get their hands around and rip it. So yeah, this is something that we will have to see if it continues. Something to look out for. See Sam Costello there on the bench. Will he make an appearance today? Be very interesting to see if Bigger stays on the whole game. I think it all depends on the score, doesn't it? How comfortable are they? Potentially, you know, will they need fresh legs? Was the conundrum, right? Well, scrum time they again go out almost all the way to the left-hand side. It's a bit scrappy though. Eventually, Aaron Wainwright doing well to take it into contact and then offloading from the deck. Out to the left they go. Ball in hands, good from Wales. Again, into space, being tripped up though. So they're all the way on the left-hand side, but now in Argentine territory. Now they bring it to the right. The big men crashing it up. Again to the right. And the big men crashing it up. But there is a penalty advantage there for offside. Sapakui and Rhino, thanks. Sound is echoing. Let me know if that continues. I can ask the guys in the studio to try help us out. Sapakui saying, never mind, it's gone. Just, yeah, let me know. Rhino, is the echo still there for you? Or Reno, let me know. So it is a penalty here for Wales, and they are indeed going for the posts. This is more than kickball. Great. The technical team is sorting out the echo, guys. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. Jonathan Manson saying, would you take the 3 here? Seems like the right choice. Absolutely, I'd take the 3 here. Sapakui, thanks, man. We are sorting out the echo. Thanks, Reno. We will, yeah, hopefully get that sorted soon. But Jonathan, I'd absolutely take the 3. Puts you out of range of a converted try. Just keep the scoreboard ticking over, right? So Bigger lines it up and straight down the middle. No issue for the experience of Dan Bigger. So Wales now lead 10 points to nothing. Good start from the Welsh. Good first 20 minutes. Argentina are going to have to come back with some sort of response. Alan Robinson saying, good old Dan. Yeah, reliable. Reno, are you in Paris? That is incredible. So Reno saying, awesome vibes here in Paris, by the way. I'm glad. If you are there, absolutely good on you, mate. Hope you have a lovely time. I can imagine it just must be such a vibe. Right, but we are underway once again. And at the moment, Liam Williams has stabbed it downfield. Kind of no one at home for Argentina there. Although here comes Carreras, Mateo Carreras. First time we've really seen him with ball in hand, but taken down rather easily. You know, South Africa, we bring up a good point about neither team really doing their homework on Carl Dixon. They would have looked at Yaku paper throughout the week. But anyway, you've got to adapt. Josh Adams kind of making a hash of that, but it does go backwards. Oh, the Welsh players here looking a bit risky, but they are going to start running it. Louis Rees-Zammit then starts to go. They do get a penalty. So Carl Dixon there judging the Argentine players to put hands on the ground before the ball. Rainer sitting in traffic on our way to Stade de France. Excellent, man. Well, hopefully the traffic alleviates soon and you can get there and get the vibes really going. That must be absolutely electric. Yeah, what a match to go watch in such a fantastic city and stadium. But no, happy to bring you the commentary. We'll do our best here to get that echo issue sorted. So interesting from Wales there. Slightly different tactic, right? We've seen them kick before and now potentially looking to maybe run it from certain areas. I think the echo is sorted. Right, over the top Wales go and they throw it straight to Julian Montoya. So a bit of an unforced error there from the Welsh. And here come Argentina storming down the field. So making it to the halfway mark. So good pressure relief here for Argentina. And to the right they go. They've got some numbers and some space. Looked like Chiti there taking it into contact with 13. But it is knocked on by Kremer. Not the best pass, I think, by Kubeli. Didn't quite find his breadbasket. And Marcus Kremer there just knocking it on. So again, big relief for the Welsh defense, not having to do much. Yeah, over the top, way over the top. And Julian Montoya just collect that as easy as you like. And we do see a head clash, but it's between two Welsh players there. Good run from number 8 there. Facundo Isa going right between the two players, causing them to collide, but no head injury assessments, no cards for friendly fire on the head contact. That would be quite something, wouldn't it? If you got a yellow card for hitting your own teammate's head. Okay, scrum time. In the 15-meter channel, on the 10-meter in the Welsh half, it does go down, but Carl Dixon says play on. Davies out to the backs. Here they come. What options are they cooking up now? They bring it out. Ian Williams out to Rees-Zammit. Rees-Zammit again in some space, but dealt with well by Mateo Carreras, not giving Rees-Zammit any more space than he needs, and rightly so. Right, out they go. Bigger finds Beard. Beard back to Bigger then. Out to the left now in some space. In Thomas Reffel, relatively quiet. Down to ground to the right. Shooting up out of the defensive line, but did well to get that ball away. That Welsh player doesn't look like he's very comfortable, but he is getting up. Right, but the ball comes here to the right. A little bit of a 2-on-1. Excellent work from George North here. George North unable to find his target with that pass. But we will come back, I believe, for another Welsh penalty. Excuse me, guys. Another Welsh penalty here. I think no tackle or tackle without, no arm tackle. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Or tackling the player without the ball. And if I gave you £5 to guess who it was, I'm sure you'd all probably say Thomas Lavanini, and you'd be right. Which is, yeah. Gene Euster there saying, to field photo for Argentina, absolutely too many mistakes for Argentina. Just too many penalties given away. You can't mount any sort of, any pressure. SUPERBRU there saying Argentina is going to lose. They're having trouble holding onto the ball tonight. Yeah, holding onto the ball, and also as Gene there said, just discipline issues. Can't be giving away this many penalties to a team like Wales. You know, I think fortunately for them, they didn't capitalize on the last line-out they had from a penalty. But you know, you expect the Welsh boys now to not make a hash of this one. So Argentina need to ensure their discipline as well as ball retention. So there we see Lavanini tackling number 7 without the ball. So difficult though when you've got those dummy runners, and it's a matter of seconds. So tackles made. We do see Chocobaras coming off the field. So number 12, that's a big loss for Argentina. Wait for the confirmation of who's on in his place. And again, Wales not finding their jumper, but it's not back by Argentina and eventually collected, I think, by Wainwright, and then eventually turned over at ruck time by the Argentines. So Wainwright dealt to be holding on. So again, Wales, the line-out being a bit of an issue for the Welsh side, which is disappointing. You know, you work hard, or you get the penalty, and you get downfield, and you cannot, or you struggle to convert. So I think Wales will need to tidy that up. South Africa, you picked Argentina on my SUPERBRU. I need them to turn up. No, sorry, mate. I'm going to disagree with you on that one because I picked Wales on my SUPERBRU. So, yeah, let's go Wales. But the Argentines doing well to get in the way of that Welsh lineup. But then eventually, I think it was Mateo Santiago getting just so low and strong, turning over. He gets a kiss from Thomas Gallo. Yeah, Wales will now look to hopefully convert some more pressure into points. But it is Argentina, ball in hand, so at the line-out time, Julian Montoya will look to throw in. Argentine fans now starting to get quite vocal, trying to sort of spur their team on. Right, they go all the way to the back. It is solid. Off the back it comes, though. And taken down into contact, Kubeli now. And again, ball turned over. So dealt to be sort of hanging on there. Who was that? Jack Morgan. Serial thief of the rugby ball. Excellent work there by Jack Morgan. You know, not releasing. I think it was number 13, Lucio Chiti, taking it into contact there. And yeah, penalty, and Wales have pointed to the posts from a very similar position to the other penalty Dan Bigger slotted. And why not? You're struggling at the line-out time. You're recognizing, okay, potentially this might be an issue for us today. Let's get some points, some more points on the board. It is indeed number 6, Jack Morgan, for Wales, initiating that turnover. So good work there from the Welsh captain. Kian Furlong 3 saying, come on, Cymru, come on, Wales. Yeah, they're doing all the right things at the moment, are the Welsh. I think the only thing would potentially be their line-out issues. So Dan Bigger lines this one up. Oh, and he's pulled it right to the left. So not a great kick from Bigger. So no points there for the Welsh. You see the grimace on his face. He's not happy with it. So Alan, good old Dan, needs to just, yeah, get back to his usual ways, I'm sure, mate. So let's see what is going to happen here. So Evan H saying, I think South Africa is the only Southern Hemisphere team likely to win. Evan, I appreciate that. Hopefully they will. Let's see what can happen Yeah, the Northern Hemisphere sides are looking in a pretty good position this World Cup, but we get underway once again. It's hoisted up in the air from the Welsh team. Good contestable kick. Wainwright does enough to cause a knock-on, and that's perfect. It's an excellent representation of a good kick and a good chase. Mateus Carreras, they're not able, no, excuse me, Santiago Carreras, not able to hang on. But yeah, excellent work from the Welsh number 8. About 30 minutes done, so 10 minutes left in this first half. This is flown by. It was a bit of a slow start, that first sort of 10, 15 minutes. Both sides not able to score. The early missed kick of Baffelli, that feels like forever ago. But you had 6 line breaks from the Welsh side and only 2 from Argentina. So Wales finding more success with ball in hand. And again, you've got a Welsh scrum pretty much in the centre of the field on the 10-metre mark. I think still in their territory. The scrum is solid. They try to milk a bit of penalty, but it does go down. I do think there's maybe something in looking at that. If the ball is available and you don't play it, I kind of wish refs would just, I don't know, I'd like there to be, instead of a reset scrum now, I really would like them to get the ball out and to get playing with it. I know sometimes the ref will say, right now, use it if the ball is at the back. So interesting, Carl Dixon didn't sort of say, all right, play on. The dark arts of the scrums. But we will have a reset. Once again, guys, thank you so much for joining us here on Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Make sure you hit that like button as well as subscribe to the channel. We are getting the scrum underway. Solid this time. Wainwright picks to Davies. Davies comes right, goes left to Reece Zammit, beats one defender and eventually down in the contact. Davies then comes back to the right-hand side. Ball goes to ground. It does come off. I thought it came off good old Will Rowland's legs, so it didn't feel like a knock-on to me. But Carl Dixon says otherwise. Not the greatest pass from Gareth Davies. So 2 mistakes from the scrum half. 1 knock-on earlier, and then quite a poor pass, I think, by his standards. So all sorts of pressure alleviated there, thanks to the unforced error. I did come off Will Rowland's hands, just unfortunate there, but scrappy. 8 minutes left in the first half. Are we going to see another score? Are we going to see another try? Maybe potentially another penalty. I think Dan Biggar will be upset, to say the least, that he wasn't able to convert that second penalty. It was exactly from almost an identical position. Right, Carl Dixon saying ball is available now, use it. So they do, the Argentines. They come then to the left-hand side, looking to win a bit of a territory battle, not finding it. Nicely collected there by Liam Williams. Again, he hacks it downfield himself. Carreras hoists one up. A huge high hanging kick, not very far. It's going to be a bit messy. He does bounces towards Wales. But then the Argentines putting a good chase on here, so they come away with it. So this is an excellent opportunity for Argentina to get onto the board. But again, Argentinian discipline, letting them down. We come back for the penalty because that kick didn't go, well, it doesn't matter how far the kick went, but effectively the players within that circle, the Argentina players, needed to retreat, right, with 10-meter radius, and they didn't. And so therefore Wales now get a penalty on halfway, just about in the middle of the field. So Dan Biggar will look to put this deep. And now, if you're the Welsh pack, you've got to be thinking, right, just go front ball. Just go front ball, secure this, get a driving maul going, your safest option. So here we see the ball being put up. It's quite a harsh call because you feel like all the Argentine players that were potentially, could have interfered were not in the radius. But anyway, that's call has been made. Amir saying, what team do you think will win the Cricket World Cup? My goodness, I need to get up to speed with what form teams are in. And again, Wales go to the back of the line-out and they overthrow and unable to win. That's the third attacking line-out from a penalty kick that the Welsh have not successfully taken. So this is something in the dressing room they're going to need to sort out desperately. Reece Zammit, though, ball in hand, finds heavy traffic, so no way through for him. Out to the left we come. The forwards tackled behind the advantage line. Ball's a bit scrappy, and it is deemed to have been knocked on. So Wales finding form, but they're not. Yeah, so Safrakiwi saying there, was it raining? Why so much dropped ball? I can't confirm if it's raining. It doesn't look like it is or was, but yeah, definitely a bit scrappy at the moment. Will Rowlands there taking the ball into contact in one hand and then spilling it forward. So we will have an Argentina scrum. Again, a good attacking platform, all coming from not converting that line out, right? That penalty line out that you've got, good attacking position, good opportunity to get more points. I mean, they scored relatively easily. So the Welsh forwards, and the decision to go to the back of the line out when, again, you've struggled the two line outs before. Interesting call. So I would expect the cool heads of the pack, the Aaron Wainwrights, the Adam Beards, just to say, right, this is the call, this is what we're going with, and potentially maybe that's where they miss good old Alan Wynne-Jones. But the Argentines winning themselves a penalty at scrum time. The Welsh deemed to not be scrumming straight, but rather sort of not driving straight exactly. So I think it was number 1, Gareth Thomas there, penalised for the infringement. So Argentina with an opportunity either to go for points, get on the board, or to have a kick down field. What are they going to do? Julian Montoya, what is his decision? He's not saying post, so it does look like Santiago Carreras will look to pin the Welsh down deep in their half. They want at least 5 points. Let me see a replay of that scrum, and the Welsh forwards deemed to be scrumming illegally. Okay, Argentina now. They're arguably their best, arguably their best attacking opportunity of the first half. 36 minutes in, you feel like they will be desperate to come away with something from this entry into the 22. And what a kick. It's about 6 or 7 meters out from the try line. So excellent kick from Santiago Carreras there. Montoya finds his man. They go to the center. They spin around contact. It does disintegrate a little bit, but hanging on, right. Kubeli comes out to the right-hand side. Finds his big men. Again, crash ball. Are we going to see potentially the backs unleashed? To the right we come. Lavanini now, ball in hand. Another strong run, I think, by Kremer there over the advantage line. Wales need to be sure that they are onside here, not give away a penalty, because you feel like the Argentines are going to go to the line again. Want to get slowly out to the right-hand side. About 6 meters out. Shooting up out, and it is offside. So Argentina here with a penalty advantage. Breakthrough from number 23, Mateus Moroni, who's on for Chocobares. We do come back for the penalty for the offside. Okay, if you're Argentina, what do you do? It's 3 minutes left. Yeah, I think you take the 3. I think you get on the scoreboard. Yeah, you see the signal there coming from the bench. putting 3 fingers up. I think, lads, you take the 3 points. You're never going to get more guaranteed. Yep, shot called. So Argentina going for posts. Disappointing, I think, the Welsh, with that defensive effort. They were doing the tackling part well, but just discipline-wise needed to stay on side. And I think it was maybe that shoot up there out of the defensive line to try and force the mistake that ultimately cost them these potential 3 points. So Mafeli, his second kick of the match. No issue with this one. Easy as you like, over the posts. So Argentina get their first points of their quarterfinal fixture against Wales. So it is 10 points to 3 with 1.5 minutes to go. Again, you can't. I know you at some point you need to sort of move on, but for me, that all ultimately comes from not winning your own line out. Right, Wales unable to keep their line out. Evan saying there, I think Argentina are going to have to rely on kicking penalties and drop goals to win. They can't crack this defense. Evan, I'm with you. They don't look like they're able to penetrate very deeply through the Welsh defense. So maybe, yeah, drop goals. I wonder if we'll see that come out the boot. Right, Bigger, we're collecting A little bit of stop-start from Dan Bigger, putting it downfield, not finding touch though, so potentially an error here. Santiago Carreras, he's off in some space. Lovely stepping from him. Argentina are not done in this first half. Here they come. Kremer now ball in hand, back in the Welsh 22. We just spoke about not being able to find a way through. Can they do it in the last 30 seconds of the first half? Thomas Reffel needs to make sure he doesn't give away another easy penalty. To the right they come. Getting over the advantage line, so no real huge breaks. But it does go backwards. It is backwards, says the referee. Fairly now ball in hand. So Wales defence doing well. Drive them off. Right, Kubeli comes to the left then. Little stop and go from Lodella. Lavanini, strong carry through. Kubeli now back to the right. So about 25, 30 meters. Looks like a knock-on potentially. This might be the end of the game though. If the Argentines can't hang on. It is a knock-on indeed. That's the only advantage. So if Argentina can't do something with this, I believe that'll be the end of the first half. Out to the right they go. Good run there again from Moroni. Nice offload to Carreras, and it is spilt forward. So that is going to be, there's a bit of a handbag stuff here. Potentially an option. It is end of the first half. I think one of the Argentines felt aggrieved that he was knocked down, and now it's all completely going to pieces. And again, it is going to be the end of the first half, so you would hate to see you see Michael Checker there absolutely screaming into his mic. I wonder what he's saying, because I mean, very easily could, these players could get a card. It did seem like one of the Argentine players rushed in and pushed a Welsh player, so I'd be a fan of seeing that penalized. I think if you are, if you're seen to run into a situation and escalate it, you should definitely be penalized. So let's have a look. The refs are having a talk, but they don't seem to think anything too serious has happened. But the conversation is continuing, so you never know. Arguably the most exciting thing to happen towards the end of this first half. Yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one. Slow. So here we see there's a Josh Adams. Josh Adams putting a little bit of a shoulder there. And it was Lavanini running in and throwing Aaron Wainwright to the ground. So shocker if Lavanini gets a card. Seems to draw them to him like magnets. So they are going to the TMO. I do think Josh Adams did put a bit of a hit there on the Argentine player, but then we do see the support run in. So stupid if Josh Adams gets a card for this. Again, probably deserved. If you want to play stupid games, win stupid prizes, Josh Adams putting in a stupid shoulder. I'd like to see this stamped out. So interesting to see what happens here. So lots of conversation from the TMO. Here we go. There's a good offload and break from Santiago Carreras. And again, he loses the ball in contact. And it looks like Kubeli then coming to collect, tries to stab it through, and Josh Adams puts a bit of a hit. Kubeli obviously stays down with the theatrics. Camera moves away. But then we do see an Argentine player running in after that. So I think they are looking at what happens with Josh Adams. I do think it was then escalated further by the Argentina players running in. So here we see Josh Adams putting a hit on in the chest, Kubeli going down quite easily, maybe not expecting the contact. They aren't looking at anything after that, so I do think they are looking at Josh Adams here. I think at least it's potentially a penalty for Argentina for that shot, which gives them another 3 points. So Josh Adams, good job, mate. Yeah, there's no arm wrap there. It does look like a late hit, like he knew the knock-on was coming. There was no ways that player was collecting. So In my opinion, I could very easily see that be a yellow card. I think he's saying, I think the ball was going to be picked up. Josh, I think you're actually talking absolute shit. Obviously, both captains there arguing their respective cases. Jack Morgan saying it's nothing. Montoya saying give him a card. So I think we are just going to see just potentially a penalty. Indeed, it is an Argentine penalty. Again, so stupid from Josh Adams. It was the half. That was it. You didn't need to put that shoulder in. But Safra they're saying very lucky that wasn't a yellow. Yeah, absolutely. As I said, we've seen yellows be given for less. No, Josh trying to plead his case, but I think he's just being a bit of a knob. But as I said, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So the Argentines have called the shot. Again, this to bring them within 4 points. So they've weaseled their way back in quite well. I think it was Evan H saying this is what they're going to have to rely on. And that is the end of the first half, guys. So we do come to 10 points to 6. Probably a bit of a fair reflection. You know, I think Wales have looked like the more dominant attacking side, but Argentina have come to the party. They've showed up a bit. They've taken some of the opportunities, but their attack has looked a bit toothless, really, unable to penetrate there. Radzi Mag saying Northern Hemisphere bias. I mean, I couldn't hear what the conversation that was going on. As I said, I think for me there, it could have been a penalty. In my opinion, it should have been a yellow. But what we normally see in rugby, right, and maybe I'm wrong, is that, you know, if you retaliate, then that also, you know, negates what happened before. So I would have liked to have seen the Argentine players running in, pushing, shoving, something addressed there. But anyway, that's it, guys. That's the first half. So I'm going to go and get a refreshment and whatnot for the next 10 minutes or so. And then I will be back with you to bring you the second half of this first quarterfinal between Argentina and Wales.
Hello everybody, Stevie P here from Forever Sports, and I'm here to tell you about BOYLESPORTS, the official betting partner of Forever Sports. Across all of our channels, they are one of the leading betting companies in the world and have recently launched in South Africa with an amazing offering. You can get a 1,000 Rand welcome offer. For the rugby, they are giving you 25% payout boost up to 2,000 Rand on the Springboks winning the World Cup, as well as an extra 50 Rand bet when you stake 250 more on rugby during the Rugby World Cup. It is your one-stop betting shop. That is BOYLESPORTS. Come and join us in the community. Check the links in the description to sign up, get yourself an account, and make sure that you are winning big with BOYLESPORTS.
Hello and welcome to Forever Sports. My name is Reese. I'll be talking to you a little bit today about one of our channel partners, BITDEFENDER. BITDEFENDER is a global leader in cyber security. BITDEFENDER is committed to defending people all around the globe against cyber attacks, as well as to transform people's digital experiences. In the next 6 months, Forever Sports will be covering major tournaments such as the Rugby Championship, the Premier League, the remainder of the Formula 1 season, as well as embarking on the biggest Rugby World Cup YouTube campaign ever. To ensure that these are all a success, it is imperative that the Forever Sports channels and platforms remain uncompromised. And with BITDEFENDER, we can be assured that our cybersecurity needs are being taken care of. To read more on BITDEFENDER, please be sure to check the links in the description of our video. Once again, thank you very much to our partner, BITDEFENDER, for joining the channel. I've been Reese here on Forever Sports. Thank you very much.
Right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, where we are about to get this second half underway. Not just yet, probably about in the next 5 minutes or so. The players will be back onto the field and ready to go. And yeah, a bit of an interesting first half. As I said, very slow to start in that first 10, 15 minutes. Wales then looking really threatening and finding the Argentine try line very, very easily. Yeah, then it all slowed down again, and Argentina staying in the game, doing enough to sort of be a bit of. But then ultimately, ask my tech guys if they can just mute myself because I have myself. Right, I think that's sorted. Thanks, guys, in the tech room. But then, obviously, the big talking point coming at the end, well over the end of the first half, with that hit from Josh Adams, and I had to go in and watch because obviously I'm watching along here without the commentary, so I couldn't hear what was being said. But it seems like the refs were saying that there was a wrap attempted. From Josh Adams, and that's why it was only a penalty, which I think if that's their reasoning, it is shocking. That is a shocking call from the refs. We can see in the group chats and the comments as well, I think if this had been the other way around, if it had been an Argentine player, it wouldn't even be a conversation. It would be a yellow card, and that would be that. And I think it definitely deserves a yellow card. I think it's stupid, it's reckless, it's foul play. There's no intention to do anything other than put a shot on the guy. So yeah, I do think that's ridiculous. Jamarcus in the chat here saying a wrap. Wow, yeah. Dickinson and O'Keefe, Nick Berry, absolute jokes. Arm wrap for a shoulder, no arms tackle. Josh Adams is the Welsh. Owen Farrell. Yeah, Jamarcus. If they're saying that there was a wrap in that tackle, I think that's absolute nonsense. Which is yeah. I mean, because clearly there wasn't. It was a late hit. It was the intention of that was purely just to put a shot on that player. I think Josh Adams even saying, "Oh, I thought he was going to pick it up." I don't even think Cobello was bending down to pick up the ball. He also saw that it had been knocked on. So even if he had picked it up and run through and scored, it wouldn't be allowed because it would have been knocked on. So Josh Adams, very fortunate to be on the field. So there is our first big reffing controversy of the quarterfinals. Let's hope that there's nothing more in this second half as we do get underway. Argentina now from left to right, and they kick off and they do fantastic to collect their own restart. So the Argentines coming out with real intent here in the second half. They'll know they need to do more. So in Wales, I think the Welsh will be very disappointed with the fact that they weren't able to take advantage of 3 of their penalty lineouts, ultimately overthrowing them or sort of not finding their targets. So here comes Argentina. Lavanini now ball in hand in the Welsh half. About 35 meters, let's say, from the try line. Thomas Gallo picks and goes, but well met. Spins out of the first contact, though. Still going is Thomas Gallo, big number 1. Eventually brought to ground. Now, ball slow again around the rack. It's picked it back. Safra Kiwi, the echo's back. Thanks very much. Our tech guys will sort that out. Apologies for that. Kubeli then to the left. Kubeli again, left. Now Carreras dabs one through. Looks like it came off Louis Rees-Zammit, so I think we indeed will have an Argentine lineout. Thank you guys. We are dealing with the echo. The tech guy has let me know. Should be done and sorted in a bit. Thanks very much, though. Okay, again, Argentina really showing up here that they are wanting back in. And having a look at our poll, I think we spoke about the most recent polls. Can Argentina come back and win this? And most of you saying yes, they can. And this would be a phenomenal opportunity to do so. About 10 meters out from the try line, they find their targets. Here come the backs. Who do they unleash? It is Kremer, rather. Big number 7 Argentine flanker. Penalty advantage for Argentina as well. So the Welsh defense making a few silly mistakes. Mateo Carreras flying back in, but not finding much way through. So not rolling away was the penalty. Cordella taking it into contact about 5 meters out from the try line. Kremer again. Kremer going for the line, but driven backwards. 3 meters out, finds his way to the ground. Slow ball, Lavanini picks and goes, but well met by Rowlands and Wainwright. Again, 4 meters. Options on both sides, to the right or to the left. But they stick with the forwards for now, crashing and going. Needs to be quick ball, isn't for Kubela. No advantage gained, so we will come back for the penalty. Unfortunate there for Argentina. Would have been nice to see them unleash the backs. You've got the penalty advantage. You know, try a bit of a risky play. I think it was Thomas Reffer there, that got blowed for not rolling away. And they are going for the posts. So the Argentines here not mucking about. They're going to take the 3 points, bringing them to within 1 of the Welsh side. Doing well to just stick in it. Safrakui there saying refs won't give any giveaway cards on the final games. I don't know, or they'll try not to. I mean, I can imagine, I think the fastest card we'll ever see is if any of the South African players touches Anton Dupont's head. We've seen, what's his name, the French number 8, Aldrich, right? Aldrich say, you know, we know it's a red card if you touch the head. Well, I mean, we've seen different cards and no cards being given for head contact in this penalty. So in this World Cup rather. So we'll have to see, but yeah, I think they'll be very quick to go to the pocket. Yeah. No, it is unfortunate there. I think that call is definitely the wrong call, but got to play on and adapt. Argentina doing well to stay in the game and to come back. They are now within 1, so Wales need to wake up and come back to the party. They were looking very good for that middle period of the first half and then just kind of shut everything off. I think those losing those lineouts didn't do them any favors. Okay, here they are, ball in hand, running from deep. Now over the halfway line. Nick Tompkins and Josh Adams linking up. Gareth Davies then to the right. Flat ball for, is that, I think number 16, is Dewey Lake on? Potentially an early substitution for the Welsh side. Or maybe it's different jerseys. Guys, apologies. The Welsh jerseys are falling apart. So it is difficult to know exactly who's in the field. Right, Bigger puts one high. It is going to be in the 22, though, so you feel like a mark will be called, and a mark is indeed called, and I believe it's by the number 15, Joan Cruz Malias. They're the Argentine at 15. So just a bit of a deep up and under from Bigger. Waiting for his players to get back. Likely that he kicks this directly out, and he does. So again, Wales will retain, or Wales will keep possession. And again, they'll be looking to hopefully mount some phases, apply some pressure, and try to get back on the scoreboard. Again, that missed penalty kick from Dan Bigger looking all the more valuable now. We see how important being able to convert your kicking is. Interestingly, most of the game, 42% of the game being played between the Welsh half and Welsh 22. So 42% played within the Welsh half, between the Welsh half and Welsh 22. So Argentina very much still in this. Right, the Welsh lineup does go to Wainwright. Doesn't look like the straightest lineup to me. Play on, says the referee. So Wales finding some more success. Now they come to the left. The big man, a good positive run there over the advantage line. In Argentina territory, just before the 10-meter. Right, out the back it goes now. Nice soft hands over the top, all the way to Aaron Wainwright on the right-hand side. Gareth Davies then out to Jack Morgan. Davies then still to the left. Bigger. Oof, solidly met. I think Will Rowland stopped in his tracks. One of the Welsh players is still down, and the Argentinians winning a penalty. The Welsh players not releasing. So Argentina, momentum very much with them. It is Liam Williams who's down for Wales, so this is concerning if you are a Welsh fan. But yeah, Safrakui, they're making a comment about the camera angles in the game. Just imagine trying to commentate with these camera angles. Doing the best though that we can. Yeah, always interesting sometimes when they choose to put out so much. They are, I think, calling for the shot. So Argentina from their own half. This kick's about 55, 56 meters. Going to go for the kick. So here we see the, well, I was going to see the penalty, but a bit of a late hit there on Liam Williams. Solid one. It's a big kick. It's a big kick. And again, to take the lead for the first time in this game, and do Wales have it in them? Here comes Boffelli, 55 meters straight in front. Arguably one of the biggest kicks of his life in terms of pressure, not maybe distance. "55 meters straight down the middle. Boffelli, he kicks it, brings it from right to left. He's got the distance. It's an excellent kick from the number 14 there. Boffelli, Emilian Boffelli, doing really good work. So putting his side ahead for the first time in this game. 12 points to 10. Argentina take the lead. Excellent kick. Safrakui there saying, I miss the box having massive kickers. Yeah, good old France Stain. Just to know that you can put them over from such a distance. Right, we do get underway once again. Wales are going to have to really dig deep here to come back and not drop their heads. Evan H commenting and saying, what a beauty that kick was. Indeed, it was. RPG, as always, doing a fantastic job commentating. RPG, we appreciate that, mate. Really appreciate you joining on the stream. And that's to all of you guys. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the like button and look at subscribing. We really appreciate you joining us here on Forever Rugby. So momentum very much with Argentina at the moment, which is what rugby is about. It's the game of momentum. You got to use it when it's with you, and you got to endure it when it's not. And so Wales will be looking to get their hand on the ball again. And it is indeed Dewey Lake is on. So that must be an early substitution for Ryan Elias there. Didn't quite see anything that might have caused him to go off, but Dewey Lake is on the field. So driving more here, more success at line-out time for Wales. Gaining good meters here up to the halfway point. So Gareth Davies is off. Thomas Williams is on. So early substitution there. So lots of substitutions happening for the Welsh side. Kick over the top from Thomas Williams, but good take from Boffelli. Bigger trying to make a nuisance of himself. The ball is out. But anyway, play on. Right, Argentina. A bit scrappy at the back there, but kick it downfield. Collected by Rees-Zammit. He hoists one back. He's going to have to give a big chase here. Almost able to charge that one down. Bit of a kicking battle going on at the moment. Excellent take by Liam Williams. Thomas Williams now. Right, finds bigger. Looking for potentially a 50-22. Bit of a nasty one, but does go out then in the about the 10 meter in the Argentine half there. He's not happy with it. You can see he is holding his chest a bit. He was off with a pectoral injury. That's why he didn't play for the last week. So Safrakui noting there that the Welsh number 10 does look hurt. Some support or sort of stream coming in from Frant in the UK. Hello, Rob. Evan H saying, are there any young Bok kickers coming through? Yeah, I haven't seen much Bok or youngsters with the boots. You always see those like freak videos of like this South African teenager can kick it from 64 meters, and then that's the last you see of them. But here we go. Mike Blaze, huge chat in the comments there saying South Africa will win the World Cup. Let's see what they can do tomorrow. But we are here with this game at the moment, where Wales are having to really dig deep, find a way back into this game somehow. Good start is to win your set phases, to do the basics right. Potentially that is something they need to look to do. So Thomas Williams now wants to box, asking his men to chase and put good pressure. Right, putting it up, not going very far. It is knocked on by Argentina, so Wales will have the scrum. Bit messy, not the greatest box from Thomas Williams there. Carter Paul saying it'll be an all Southern Hemisphere semi-final. Yeah, it could indeed be, right? If Argentina win this and New Zealand win tonight, if Fiji win tomorrow and South Africa win tomorrow, then we could indeed have an all Southern Hemisphere semi-final round. What a turn of events that would be. I'm not sure how likely that is, to be fair, but we will have to see. Right, Wales, scrum time on their 10-meter, looking to try and do something more with it. Scrums have looked quite solid though, only a few of them going down, but for the most part, Argentina putting real pressure here. Wainwright then picks from the back and delivers to Bigger, fires it off Nick Tompkins' head, trying to potentially do the Joe Marler, but it not working out well. And then it all going a bit awry there for the Argentines, but ball is deemed to go backwards, so they will play on. The scrum advantage, excuse me, still with them. They still come here to the right-hand side, keeping ball in hand. And then eventually it is lost forward. So they are going back for the knock-on advantage. So Dan Bigger there, yeah, just potentially, I don't know if it was maybe the wrong option. I don't know if he was intending for it to go to Nick Tompkins or potentially just a bit of a harsh pass. Yeah, it just looked like a bit of a belter pass straight through Tompkins' hands, off his head. Alan Robinson saying we need another Louis Rees-Zammit hat-trick. Wouldn't that be lovely if you are a Welsh supporter? Yeah, I think both Welsh wings being kept out of the game quite well. In fact, all wings. You know, we've seen Mateo Carreras not really get many opportunities. I think Rees-Zammit had early touches in the first half. We had, I think 3 down the right-hand side. He put most of them to his boots and just not quite coming off how they normally do. Yeah, the atmosphere in the stadium looks absolutely electric. The Argentine fans really passionate and loud. So undoubtedly some fantastic noise there and encouragement for their side. Safkiwi saying he wishes he was there. Don't we all, man? I mean, to be in France in, autumn, or late autumn, watching fantastic rugby in a stadium like that, I mean, can you think of anything better? Cold beer in your hand. What a life. So... if only. We'll have to look going to the next one. So we are seeing some Argentine substitutions. Nope, they're being told to to take a seat again. So not yet. Right, while we wait for the scrum to get underway, guys, just once again, huge thank you to the channel sponsors, BOYLESPORTS, BITDEFENDER. If you haven't already, definitely go check them out in the comments. Have a look if you can. Yeah, check out BOYLESPORTS and see if you think you know what's going to happen. We all, lots of us doing SUPERBRU. Why not make it even more interesting and potentially put a little bit of money on some. Get us underway here with a good scrum, having to dig it out from the back, but they do. Kubeli then goes to the left-hand side. Moroni trying to stab it through, but it coming off a Welsh player, so we will have another Argentine line out. So a bit anticlimactic there. Felt like there's going to be something more, all that waiting for the reset scrum. But here we do see the substitution. So number 19 is on. Number 20 is on. So that is Alemano and 18. So 18, 19, 20. So Bello is on, Alemano is on, and Brunei is on. So some big substitutions here for Argentina. So we're seeing Lavanini go off. Could this potentially be his last World Cup game? I think it is Issa also coming off the big number 8 who's had some solid runs. But Argentina now coming to the right-hand side here, looking to penetrate deeper into the Welsh half, and they do so about 25 meters, I'd say 30 meters out. Nice little inside ball there from Santiago Carreras. Kubeli then outright picks and goes, takes it to the line, but there is some ill discipline from one of the substitutes early on. I think it was number 18 who's penalised, so not great to come on and penalised immediately there, maybe a bit too over-eager. We often see that happening. It was Bello penalised for taking the player out. So Bigger able to hoist this downfield. Great touch finder from Dan Bigger. Really important that Wales look to now convert this line out. Secure the line out first, right? Small, simple tasks. Get the ball out into touch. You've done that. Great. Now win your line out. So we'll have to see. Sap keep asking me, like, what do you think of these late games? I'm not a huge fan of the 9 o'clock games, but I think potentially they've done it to try and let more nations around the world watch it with time zones and stuff. But we'll have to see. Okay, meanwhile, Wales have won their line out. They've done the second job. Great. Now they're picking going around the side, finally putting some pressure on the Argentinians in the second half. Can Wales look to get ahead here? Argentine defense not committing much to rucks, rather spreading out. Out to the right they go. 5 phases in. Thomas Williams. Tompkins. Little step inside from Tompkins. Morgan out the back to Liam Williams. Does well to hang on to it. Liam Williams trying to find a way through. No real way through there. Thomas Williams picks and goes. Thomas Williams goes himself. Thomas Williams is going to score Wales a second try right under the post. Excellent impact from the substitute number 9. Picked and went. Looked like he was going to pass. All the Argentines fell for the dummy. All the Argentines, rather. And Thomas Williams finds his way across the try line in this quarterfinal. Good work. Good individual work there. Again, from the number 9. The Welsh fans looking very, very relieved. They are once again ahead. Just too easy. Too easy. Again, basic defense from Argentina. You defend that first channel. That is the basics, right? You do not give space away there. Dan Bigger converts successfully, so we are now at 17 points to 12. See Corey Domachowski there, really pumped up. 17 points to 12 is the score. 56 minutes gone, so very, very much game on. I mean, it's been game on the whole game, hasn't it? Well, more or less. So Thomas Reffel coming off, so some more Welsh substitutions there, as well as a numberless player. So we'll just wait for confirmation. Gareth Thomas has come off. Domachowski's coming on. Looks like Liam Williams is looking a little bit fragile. Yeah, Happy Brew took the words out of my mouth. Welsh players looking a bit broken at the moment. They're leading, but it's been tough. No, they're having to work very hard for this. And again, how much is this going to matter if they do manage to get the win off in this game, going into the next game, which is going to be either against the All Blacks or Ireland. I mean, both incredibly physical teams. It is a tough road for these nations to the final. Right, Santiago Carreras gets us underway once again. A high hanging ball, hoping to disrupt it, but it's nicely taken by the Welsh forwards. No issues there. So Thomas Williams gives it out to Will Rowlands. Ball in both hands, avoiding the knock-on. Chris Zizunga is on the field as well. Thomas Williams, though, has to dig for the ball. He gets it out to Dewey Lake. Dewey Lake making a strong run over the advantage line. Very slow ball. The Argentines slowing this up incredibly, making ruck ball really messy. Thomas Williams causing a bit of a chain here, looking to box it. He does so. Reece Zammit gives chase, potentially a bit deep, but there to affect the tackle well. Christ Chizuna trying to get his hands on the ball. But out it comes for Argentina. Right. Again, that momentum is slightly swinging away. Owain John's there saying, yep, thank goodness for that. It would be great for Louis Reece Zammit to find some form, find his flow. Ball being pulled loose here by the Welsh players. George North tidying up nicely, though, always getting over the advantage line. Thomas Williams then out to Will Rowlands, met behind the advantage line. Williams, again, slow ball. Dan Bigger. Bigger puts one up for, I believe it's Zammit. Zammit does well to knock it back, but there's no one there to collect. Carreras unable to collect it and ultimately knocking it on. So very, very easily could have gone a different way had Carreras maybe tried to stab that through. But Reece Zammit doing the right thing there to knock it backwards. Nick Tompkins just being a bit out of position. So important that we have chasers, but as well as someone to collect that ball if it is knocked back towards your team. We see the replay there of Thomas Williams scoring that try. So once again, Wales with a scrum in the Argentine territory. Good opportunity. And Liam Williams here now hobbles off the field. He gets a standing ovation from the Welsh fans, but he does not look like he's very happy. So probably see Rio Dyer come on and a bit of a shifting going on, I imagine, there, because there's Sam Costello, Rio Dyer. So those are your back substitutions. Indeed, there is Rio Dyer. Be interesting to see what they do in terms of formation and shape here, Wales. Rio Dyer very much a wing. So who do we see go to fullback? Maybe Reece Zammit or Josh Adams. Maybe Reece Zammit. Right, 59 minutes done. 20 minutes to go. 5 points the difference. Scrum goes down relatively quickly, so we'll have a reset. Yeah, let me know if you guys are watching. What have you been most impressed with? We see the Welsh stats here having to make 126 tackles. The Argentines only making 69. So Wales being asked to do a lot more, potentially why they are looking so a little bit ragged and broken. Having to make so many more tackles. And these are big, fast, strong Argentinian boys as well. So not an easy day for them. But yeah, let me know in the chat, in the comments there, what you guys have been most impressed with. I think, for me, it's the Argentines not losing their heads and staying in the game. Right, here come Wales, though. Strong run there from, was that Tompkins? Looked like a George North run, but didn't look as big as George North. So good, strong run from him. Chizuna then taking it up the right-hand side as well. Thomas looks, again, so you've got some rare opportunity here, but he's going to box it just inside the Argentine half. So Wales not really wanting to try much more with that. It's a good distance. It is a bit scrappy, but Argentina able to come away with it. So just feel like, for Wales, maybe you want to get some more points on the board, play with the ball a bit more in hand, see if you can draw out a penalty, but that is not the strategy. It does look like it's Reece Zammit back at fullback. He spies some space, but kicks the ball down the center field. Is this going to run too long? This would be a huge error. And it has indeed. It's gone all the way out the dead ball line. This is a massive error. Safra Kiwi, I don't know if you want to edit your comment there about the Welsh kicking game too good, because unfortunately Reece Zammit there has just hoofed it downfield. I think from his own 22. Just outside his 22. And we'll come back for an Argentine scrum. Right, Julian Montoya there hobbling his way. Lots of hobbling going on at the moment, limping to the scrum. He's gonna still set for the scrum. Alan, I will be your eyes for today. No worries. So here we go. If Argentina wants to, Reece Zammit maybe shouldn't kick, maybe not. Shame. I mean, we all have a bad kick, don't we? But yeah, it would be quite exciting to see him try run it a bit, maybe. But there's clearly very much a game plan. Right, so Argentina with the scrum feed, center of the field, outside the 22. They come to the right-hand side. Good defense from Tompkins. Taken down, though. It is number 21. Velez, though, on the field now for the Argentine scrum half. Bazan Velez. Lotao Bazan Velez. Right, here they come to the left. Santiago Carreras. Nice. Santiago Carreras getting over the advantage line. They still go to the left. Still with Argentina. Wales need to keep their discipline. They've given away far too many penalties. Velez trying to sneak his way around, pull out Thomas Williams of his own. No way through there, though. They are making good ground, almost up to the 5 meters, so they just need to keep doing what they're doing. But Wales giving away the penalty, not releasing, slowing that ball down cynically, says Carl Dixon. So free play here for Argentina. What can they do? They haven't taken advantage of these before, often just keeping it with the forwards. But here they come to the right-hand side. Are we going to see a little kick over the top? We don't. We see Chiti taking it into contact. Tackle is made, has to release. Still to the right they come, still with a penalty advantage. Wales having to defend strongly here. Good tackle there from Thomas Williams. So we are going to go back then for the penalty. No advantage gain there. But again, the Welsh defense just, I mean, looks solid in the sense that they're not these massive line breaks, but the Argentines are finding their ways through just a little bit. TMO is getting involved with something. So what do we have here? This is normally never good news, right? When the TMO gets involved, generally they often bring something that either results in a penalty or most times a card. The panner has panned to number 4 from Argentina. So, oh, yeah. So he's gone to try and clean out a maul that was turning into a ruck, and he has made direct contact. Number 4, that is, with Nick Tompkins' head. So it's number 4 from Argentina. It's Guido Petty, straight shoulder to the head of Nick Tompkins. I mean, I think your mitigating factors are potentially that maul is going down, but I think what we've seen at least are yellow cards for this. Yellow with a review. Leave that up to the bunker. Let's see what is made. But there is contact with the head, and if we're going by precedent set throughout the whole World Cup tournament, as well as the World Rugby laws, direct contact, I think there is mitigation, but yeah. Evan H says the player was dropping and he's tackling another player. I think, yeah, no, I think it won't be a red. I think there is mitigation, but is it enough to mitigate away from the yellow? So they've said nothing there, says the referee. Maybe they felt like there was enough mitigation factors that there's nothing. So is it not even a penalty? So Jack Morgan looks a bit bewildered. Again, you can feel for these players because there's been, yeah, I mean, so much more given for less throughout the World Cup. So it is going to stay an Argentina penalty, which is big. Probably the first time we've seen sort of a TMO call like that be disagreed with. Yeah, we can see Dan Bigger saying that it's on the head. So, yeah, tough for the players to find any sort of consistency here. But anyway, Argentina now line out 5 meters out. Excellent attacking opportunity if they want to get one head once again. Happy Bruce saying Marius Jonker strikes again. Yeah, Nick Tompkins is going to have to go for an HIA, which is, yeah, there's something about it. So you have to go for an HIA, but there's no penalty or card, which is a bit, I don't know, ironic. I don't know how I feel about this one because, yes, I feel there's mitigation, but if you're going to have the rule that you can't hit players in the head, then you can't hit players in the head. Anyway, I think Chris Rowe would disagree with me there. Chris wants all the concussions. So we wait for the, I don't know, Welsh replacements here. So who comes on for Tompkins now? Because is it Costello? Yep, Sam Costello has to come in because there is no other back option. It'd be interesting to see how the shuffle now happens. Maybe Bigger at 12, potentially. Okay, Montoya sets to throw 5 meters out. Once again, good opportunity here for Argentina. They do go to the center of the lineout, relatively close to the front. Strong driving more from Argentina. They gain an advantage. The Welsh players giving away. So penalty advantage here for Argentina. Can they get that ball out and use the advantage? Still driving forward are Argentina. No idea where the ball is. So ball is held up, but coming back for the advantage of collapsing the driving maul. So let's see if we'll see a scrum or maybe another line out. Safra there, as he's saying, it was a good call by the refs. He was falling and the tackler was at a good height. I hear you, but you know, a good height is only relative to the player that you're tackling, right? Because if that player dips or goes lower, you have to go lower. And I get it. He wasn't intending to take out Nick Tompkins. It was, you know, one of the other forwards to try and bring that ball down. But yeah, I think just inconsistency with hitting of the head. But potentially the fair call, you know, in terms of the whole game and in the context of what it was. But I think given precedent that was set, it's just a bit frustrating for players. Right, we see some more substitutions for Wales. Okay, Argentina then go to the back of the line this time, still with the driving maul. Wales have to be careful here to have good discipline. Maul going sideways. Out it comes from Velez. Taken into contact. Velez again gets the pass away to Santiago Carrera's little dummy stab through. 5 meters out now are the Argentines. Here they come to the right-hand side. 2 meters out. This is tough times for the Welsh. Can they keep their discipline and defense on the line stuff? Offside once again. So you have to think that Carl Dixon's going to have a word with the Welsh team here. Let's see if he blows the offsides. Does he have a word with Jack Morgan? You feel like there's been multiple infringements down in the red zone. Yeah, here he has a conversation with Jack Morgan. This has to be an official warning. Safraku, they're telling me he was falling. What do you expect him to do? No, mate, I'm with you on that, on the context. And we see Augustin Creevy come on. So the legend, as he says, makes an appearance. That's excellent for Augustin here. I think Montoya was looking a bit tired and a bit hurt there. Probably needs to come off for the better of his team. So Augustin Creevy comes on. But back to Safraku. Yeah, I understand he was falling, and that probably was the mitigation. But as I've said, we've seen historically, you know, those kind of calls gone the other way. But that's it, right? And that's why that's what makes maybe rugby in the sense that it isn't a neutral game in that way. One call is going to go your way this weekend, one call might not. And I think, yeah, that's why potentially everyone's a bit nervous about these quarterfinals, because it can make such a big call. But anyway, let's have a look. Argentina still not able to breach the Welsh try line. This is a great opportunity to do it. Here they come from the 5 meter. So the rolling maul is set. Now they go forward. They steam forward. And then slightly stopped again. Becoming a bit messy. Creevy with the ball at the back, working hard to get to the ground. He does so. Argentina needing to keep their heads, their discipline. Wales, you feel like the next penalty given away is indeed going to be a card. We've had that official warning. Forwards picking and going around the left-hand side here. Can they keep the Argentines out? No, they can't. Argentina are over the try line. I think it is number 17 who comes away with it. Number 17 for Argentina, Joel Sclavi comes up with it. Try time, Argentina. 17-17 at the moment. With the conversion to come, Los Pumas back in the game. I mean, always been in the game, but so much more now. Wow, Argentina back in the game, says Happy Brew. JP saying, we want a kickoff. Can you imagine first quarter final? We come away with a kickoff between the two sides. Conversion to come. You feel like Buffelli should make this no issue. But yeah, the Welsh defense really struggling there, giving away multiple penalties and ultimately conceding that try. So here we go. With 12 minutes to go, not much time left in this first quarter final. Buffelli, another massive kick in terms of pressure for the Argentine winger. To the right-hand side, just outside the 15 meter. No issues for Buffelli. Slots it straight down the middle. That, did he? That looked straight. Yeah, I think he did. Just didn't see the flags go up. Yep, he's got it. Yeah, there you go. So good work. 19-17 is the score with 11 minutes to go. What a first quarterfinal we've got here. Nice and competitive from these two sides. You do feel like Wales have just not done themselves any favors, though definitely at line-out time. Argentina done excellently to stay in the game, take the points when they've been on offer. Scoreboard pressure, slowly keep it ticking over. I think Nicolas Sanchez is on the field indeed. So Santiago Carreras is off. Nicolas Sanchez on the field at number 10. The experience of Nicolas Sanchez. Evan H saying, finally Sanchez is in. Yeah, he makes his appearance. Brennan saying Wales will not be able to push Argentina. Argents have all the possession so far. No, I agree. They've been, and then another line out goes awry for the Welsh. So it is knock-on advantage for Argentina. You can't be expecting to win knockout games if you're not winning set phases. And that's a massive error there, I think, from the number 19, young number 19, Dafydd Jenkins from Wales. And you can see the crowd getting into it. And even the players who aren't playing in the squad, Pablo Materas and the Argentine fans absolutely cheering their team on. They know that they've got an opportunity to get through to the semi-final, be the first team to make it through to the semi-final in Rugby World Cup 2023. 10 minutes to go. Can they look to extend that gap, that 2-point margin, which is nothing? Right, scrum time. Still Argentina with most of the possession in the second half. It's a solid scrum. It is dug out the back. Here we come to the right-hand side. Nicolas Sanchez looks like he just kind of threw it away there, maybe into another player. Bit of confusion potentially. So Wales able to breathe a bit of a sigh of relief here. Sanchez, yeah, just offloading that ball, but him and I think it was maybe Chiti there trying to run for the same hold. Safri, yeah, sort of saying, hold on to the ball if there's nothing available. Sanchez maybe just wanting to strike a bit too soon. And we see the Spanish flag being waved around, potentially in support of the Argentine side. 61% of the territory in favor of Argentina. Again, all the stats are with them, so they definitely should be leading this game. I think Wales have been lucky to be where they are, given the stats. Vamos los Pumas, says Brennan Williams. But Wales earning themselves a penalty at scrum time. So need to be very clinical here, do Wales now. Look to kick it upfield. If this is not a kickable position, this is potentially where you want someone like a Lee Halfpenny on the field, who's obviously not on the match day 23, but Sam Costello here, looking to kick it downfield. Yeah, you happy, Brew? You think Argentina, because they have not, you're right, they haven't contested at line-out time. This is one they surely must. Well, haven't contested much, really. But do you know what? As I said, the Welsh not being able to win many of their line-outs, so they would definitely look to put a bit of pressure on this line-out. But Wales go to the front to Will Rowlands, and they succeed it excellently. So a bit of a driving maul here. Dewey Lake at the back with ball in hand. Thomas Williams there to take it when needed. Again, now careful not to try and milk too much. But Thomas Williams then comes out the back, gives it to Rio Dyer. Dyer tries to dart around the center. Off we go to the big men now, coming around the right-hand side. Out it goes to, I think, Bigger taking it into contact. You've got 2 10s pretty much on the field now, so one of them can take it in if Bigger does go into contact. Chop tackle there on Jack Morgan. It is spilled forward by Thomas Williams. Again, Jack Morgan trying to loose that ball from the ground, but it is kicked downfield by Argentina, so advantage over there for the knock-on. Reece Zammit trying to find his way around, not able to outrun the Argentine number 6, I think. Out it goes. Now Wales with the ball in hand and some space to the right. Is it Josh Adams? Josh Adams been very quiet all game. He's hardly had the ball in any kind of space. Takes it down the right-hand side. So Wales now with some meaningful possession, an opportunity to attack. Can they make sure that their discipline is good? Out they come to the left. Looking for options. Jack Morgan taking into contact. Again, they come to the left. Skip pass here to Dyer. Dyer looking at some space. Just needs Dyer breaking through the first tackle. Rio Dyer's got options. Dyer had two men on his left-hand side. Popped off the ground. Louis Samet for the corner. I don't think he got it down. Just taken out. That was crazy stuff there for the defense. I don't think Rhys Samet was able to get it down in the try line. I think he's gone out or just short. But you do feel like Rio Dyer did excellent work to break through there, and he had the options, I think, on the left-hand side. He had two players, so potentially just to look to get that ball away. Rhys Samet seems to be in some serious pain, though. He's taken out in the air. Yeah, I think this is probably a try-saving tackle here, and potentially a tackle to keep your side in the semi-final. They've been gutsy on defense, have Argentina. They've sort of slept at times. Here we see the replay. Rhys Samet up in the air. No, that is no try. So no try there for Rhys Samet. Taken out, obviously diving across. These are always tough ones for me though, because you can pretty much, if the player's jumping there, you can just throw your body at him. There needs to be no attempt at wrapping, which I always find quite interesting. Anyway, not out of danger yet are the Argentinians. They've got a try on their 5-meter. Nick Tompkins is looking to come back on. So who now? Do we see Bigger? Do we see Sam Costello? Come on, stay off. What's happening? So Tompkins does come on. So he's passed his head injury assessment. And it is Dan Bigger. So we can see Bigger there again, limping a little bit as he comes off. It is a big call. You've got the youngster on the field. I mean, this could potentially be Dan Bigger's last World Cup appearance as he looks around the crowd. The crowd cheers him. This could be huge. But the Argentines win their line out. Just make it out of their try zone there. So still in the danger zone here. Wales needs to be exerting lots of pressure, looking to capitalize on any little mistake. Velez boxes and exits well. Actually, a fantastic clearance kick because he doesn't find touch. Good chase there from Buffelli. Will Rowlands now with ball in hand. It's good work from Argentina. Right, here come Wales. 5 minutes to go. Strong run from Wainwright, but even stronger tackles from the Argentinians. To the right they come. Sam Costello feeding Tompkins. Tompkins then a little offload to Domachowski. Williams, Costello to Rio Dyer. Rio Dyer's been pretty good with ball in hand. The turnover looks good though. Good steal there from the Argentine players. Wales not guarding their rucks. So Argentina doing really well to just kick the ball back down, make them run from deep. They come to the left. Here comes Jack Morgan looking to offload, but the ball is knocked forward again. You feel like the Welsh are just trying to force it a bit too much, right? They realize what they need to do. They need to get ball in hand and they need to get up the field, but just trying to squeeze the bar of soap too hard. This is going to be a huge last couple of minutes here. Oh, yeah, just seeing that replay of Rio Dyer's run with the support on the inside. Great tackle there to get Rhys Samet out. Centimeters. Handling errors, Welsh have made 12. Las Pumas have had 9, so been pretty even on that front. I wish I could listen to the crowd. Safra-Kiwi, I can't hear, otherwise we'd be getting other commentary. We know that's what you're not here for. You're here for the Forever Sports commentary. We really appreciate it, guys. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It'll be an absolute blast. This little surprise commentary for me with you guys in one of the playoff games. It's been fantastic. Really, really always enjoy coming on and commentating for Forever Sports. As I said, enjoy the interaction with the crowd. As Alan Robinson said, a drop goal would do it. A drop goal would absolutely do it. But we can see the Argentinian crowd there getting absolutely fired up for their team. What are we going to see? Evan H, absolutely, I agree. In terms of if Wales win, not sure they'll have much left for another game. Yeah, and I think if you look at who they've got to play next, I don't think Wales are going to put up much of a fight for either Ireland or New Zealand. So it would be a massive one. Right, scrum time, Wales. Wainwright picks and gives to Williams. Williams out to Costello. Intercept here. Down the field they go. Nicolas Sanchez, I think it is. Sanchez with an intercept try. Surely that's the game. That must be the try. The points. The crowd have absolutely lost their mind. What scenes we have. This is it. Surely that's it. Too much now, Alan. Sorry, a drop goal will no longer do it. That is surely game over. Sanchez with the intercept. Young Sam Costello throwing a little bit of a loose pass. Well, my SUPERBRU is well and truly done for, but I see you guys in the chat are having a good time. RRTNZ, they're saying, well, heartbroken, but full credit to Argentina. They were the better team today and deserve the win. I have to agree with you largely there. I think they've done well to stay in the game. I think they have taken their opportunities when they've been on offer. And I just think the Welsh have let themselves down. You can see Sam Costello, Nick Tompkins just trying to console him a bit there. But yeah, the Welsh line-out for me has been a key error. That set phase has not been great. Rezus in the chat, they're saying scenes, absolutely crazy, crazy scenes there. And Buffelli slots at no point. So 26 points to 17. You feel like that's the game. With 2 minutes to go, I don't see a way for Wales to come back at all. You can see the coaching box there losing it. The other match players there, the squad players also, they know what that means. Huge. Well caught there by Rio Dyer, but then shepherded out into touch. So less than 2 minutes to go now. You feel like Wales needed a very quick penalty or a drop goal. You can see the young Welsh supporters there not too happy about it, although not sure they really know what's going on. Alan, I would have to agree with you. It does look like the best team on the day has won. I think Wales have not done themselves any favor. They look good at times, but Argentina definitely more consistent. The more consistent side for today, at least. So here we go. Argentina marching down the field from a driving maul. Velez hoists one up and under. Good contestable kick. Tackle there from Buffelli, and it is almost turned over. Paul Rowlands then to Lake. And Argentina winning a penalty here. Augustine Currie with a steal. Timely steal. Now, less than a minute. What do you do? Kick it down into the corner? I mean, it looks like you've won it either way. Do you take the 3 points? Do you milk the time? What's going to eat the most seconds off the clock here? Carl Dixon waits for the decision. Good steal there by Augustine Currie there, the legend. Argentina on the cusp, all but assured really at this point to make it through to the semi-final. And Wales, their Rugby World Cup campaign looks like it's coming to a premature end. Well, what they would consider a premature end. Right, Nicolas Sanchez then is going to go for posts. That is time, 80 minutes. So all he needs to do is either make the kick or kick it out. He makes the kick. So Nicolas Sanchez is going to take, what is that, the the last 10 points to himself, and we can see what it means, what the sport, it's such just contrasting emotions. The Argentine players, hugely emotional and ecstatic, and Lavanini there crying tears of joy, and in the background you can then see the Welsh players just absolutely devastated. Young captain Jack Morgan, what a campaign he's had. Yeah, really tough stuff to watch, but I have to say I do think it was the better side on the day that's gone through. So tough work, but it is a final score, 17 points to 29. So Argentina at the end really running away with it there. So yeah, Argy Bargy won the day. Well done. The best team won. Sorry, Wales, says Owen Johns. Safrakui, now we're going to wait 2 hours for the next game. Yeah, it is a bit of a wait for the next one, but we can all decompose and get ready. We can see Dan Bigger with his head in his hands there. Is this potentially Dan? Well, it is Dan Bigger's last World Cup, right? Didn't he announce that he was retiring from international rugby after the World Cup? So is that the last we see of Dan Bigger? Would be really sad, but that's it. Ridian E says Wales deserves to win. It would be really interesting to get your thoughts on that one. I don't think they were the better players. I don't think they were a better team on the day. But yeah, tough fought match from both sides. Excellent work. This is it. Yeah. Here we go. Right, guys. That's about it from my side. I'm a bit shocked. I think I thought Wales were going to be able to sort of get the job done, but Argentina obviously here to rain on that parade. I think we will have to see. Look, they've got a tough game here. Safrakiwi saying last we see of George North probably too. Yeah, I think there's some big names of this Welsh side that we might not see again. Some real Welsh legends, and you know it's always been. It's always been great to watch them. So we thank for what they've done. But same things for the congratulations to the Argentine side. Owen Jones, it's been an absolute pleasure bringing the commentary. I know you were hoping for a Welsh victory, but unfortunately it's not to be today. Congratulations to the Argentines who do win this one. So that'll be that, guys. Anyway, that's all from me. Once again, thank you so much to all of you for tuning in. Thank you for those of you who hit the like button. Thank you to those of you who subscribe to the channel, and as well as being Forever Sports members makes a huge difference here to us on the platform. Allows us to bring you all this awesome coverage. A massive thanks to our channel partners of BOYLESPORTS as well as BITDEFENDER. Go check them out if you haven't already, guys. Yeah, thank you so much, and really look forward to the next huge quarterfinal, right? What we're considering sort of an unofficial semi-final between Ireland and New Zealand. What a game that's going to be, guys. Make sure you join. Having a look at the quick poll there, 67% of you said, yep, you think that Argentina can come back, and they did indeed. So well done to Los Pumas. Huge, congratulations to them, and condolences, obviously, to the Welsh side. But this is it. This is sports. This is what it is. Anyway, guys, that's enough of me rambling. Okay, thanks so much, and until next time, make sure you join Stevie P. He's going to bring you coverage of that Ireland-New Zealand game, so make sure you join him here on Forever Rugby, on Forever Sports. So anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks so much. Bye for now.